What's up, boys? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to the show. You're listening to Just My Two Cents. It's Monday, which means it's another recap of the weekend's events, the weekend's combat sporting events. Had a big boxing match that I'm going to talk about. Had a big UFC pay-per-view card that went down in Salt Lake City. I'm going to tell you everything I thought about that. I'm going to go through all the fights, tell you how I do my picks and my bets. UFC Nashville is coming up this weekend. I am not going to be covering UFC Nashville really on this stream. I don't think this is going to be an incredibly long stream, maybe an hour and a half at the most, but I decided that it might be a thing that I continue in the future, but just for this week anyway, I'm not really going to get into next week's card. I haven't really looked at it. I don't want to do that on stream for the first time and start, trying to rush to things or feel like pressure to make a play on stream or anything. I'm going to kick back, do this recap, take a look at the card later tonight, really start diving into it tomorrow, and go from there. But welcome, Jackie boy. What's up, Jack? What you doing, you old magic honeybee, you? I know you had a big old weekend. Make sure y'all check out Jack Attack MMA on Twitter. Jack Attack MMA on betmma.tips. He's one of the best betmma.tip guys in the world. I didn't say that very well, but it's true. Check him out, man. Happy to know him. Happy to have been arguing about fights on YouTube with Jack and Twitter X for about 3 years. But hope you had a good weekend, Jack. I'm pretty sure you did based on your results, but I don't want to be too presumptuous. Good to see you in the chat, though, man. I hope you're doing well. God almighty. Yeah, let's go ahead and get into that, man. Let's get that out of the way. I had a great weekend. Saturday night was a fucking roller coaster of emotions for me, dude. So let's get into the low point of the night for me. Yeah, man. Cheers, my dude. Glad to hear it. Poeton, the new BMF. Yeah, dude, we're going to talk about it. We're going to get all up into that shit. I feel kind of ill prepared for this stream, and I apologize. Been kind of running around like crazy this morning and afternoon, and just kind of scattered. Thought I would be more zeroed in, more dialed into the stream, and honestly, I just thought I'd be a lot more pumped up for it. But you know what? There's still time for that. There's still time. I'm getting settled into the stream. I've got my coffee. That's helping. I'm about to fire up I was calling it Tropicana Runts the other day. It's actually Tropical Runts. But yeah, I'm going to spark that up to get settled into the stream. But I am going to start it off with the Crawford versus Spence talk. Damn, dude. Jack, I feel like you've had a couple cards like that where you've been down and like pull a big one out of your ass and just happier than a pig and shit. I love to see that, though, man. I like to see the boys winning. Bobby said I hit all my picks. Spence, Bonfim, and Lewis. He said Crawford. Yeah, nice, dude. Hope you had a good weekend, Lobby. Hope you get nice and toked up. I agree, man. Let's talk about it. Let's just get that out of the way. Let's just do it. You see the woo. Yeah, man, wild. Glad to fucking hear that, though, dude. Genuinely, always glad to see the boys winning. Let's talk about Spence versus Bud, or Bud versus Spence, rather. Oh, man. Well, first and foremost, let's just make the announcement. Terrence Bud Crawford is your undisputed welterweight champion of the world. Bud might be the best I've ever fucking seen. That performance is one of the best things I've ever fucking seen. I know that's being a prisoner of the moment. You can make a real good argument for Canelo, and I'm not going to sit here and argue with you. If you want to say Canelo's the best, fine, but Bud's never taken a loss, ever. And Spence is one of the best ever. And he's looked like it. But he did not look like it Saturday night, dude. Bud beat the ever-loving shit out of him. He made Spence look like an amateur, honestly. He really did. Spence was reaching. Bud basically exploited every single weakness that anyone has ever brought up about Spence. He's a little bit slower. God, did he look 10 times slower than Bud. Bud looked fast as fucking lightning. Spence would overreach, and goddamn would Bud make him pay for it. That knockdown right there, I didn't even fucking see what hit him the first time. They didn't have a great camera angle to see the uppercut, but I didn't even see that motherfucker land. I just saw Spence hit the deck. I saw them go into an exchange, and Spence hits the decks. Like, what the fuck just happened? That. Bud is the fucking best, man. Period. That's undisputed in 2 weight classes, Playboy. And Spence ain't no fucking punk. And boy, did Bud make him look like one. Let me say that again. Spence ain't no punk, dude. Spence is fucking mustard, and Bud destroyed him. Spence won the first round with his jab. So let me address this too. I was kind of worried this was gonna. Well, I can't say I was kind of worried it was gonna happen because I didn't think this was gonna happen. But you always have to kind of worry about this happening. But I'm going to set the record clear from my standpoint. I've been seeing a few people say that Spence looked off and he didn't look like himself. And I agree. But to me, it won't for nothing else but Bud just being that dude. Bud is him. He is him. Spence looked great in the first round. Popping the jab, double, tripling up the jab. Going to the body. He looked sharp. He was landing on Bud. He won the first round. But it just took one round of downloading for Bud to get Spence's timing. He was way faster, way crisper, way too sharp of a counterpuncher. That was hard to watch, dude. So when I say roller coaster, Jackie boy, I can relate, brother, because this was a big low point for me. And honestly, dude, if it wasn't for the rest of what transpired on Saturday night, I would be in a bad way right now, boys. I'm still trying to cope with this one. And I probably will be for a little bit. I've been arguing about this fight for 5 years, dude. I've been emotionally invested in this fight for 5 fucking years. And Bud obliterated Spence. I've never seen Bud look that good. Honestly. Credit to Terrence Bud Crawford because he worked his fucking ass off for this fight. I've never seen him look that crisp. I've never seen him look that sharp, that fast, and against the best fighter he's ever fought. And he made him look like, dude, he walked over Spence easier than he did even at times it looked like Kell Brook was having more success against Bud. It looked like Sean Porter had a way closer fight against Bud than Spence did. Nah, man, I'm not chalking that up to Spence being off. He looked fine in the first round. Bud is just better than him. He's just a terrible stylistic matchup for Spence. He wasn't able to get into the fight. Bud dropped him in the second round. He dropped him in the second round. He dropped him 3 times. I haven't gone back and watched the fight in its entirety, but dude, this was crazy because I had just won as far as gambling. I was up and very, very happy about it. And then this happened. So Jackie boy, I feel you on the roller coaster, dude. My fucking emotions took a big dip. You want to talk about the trough? Well, I was in it. This was brutal, dude. He brutalized him. Some of the fucking stills and snapshots of Spence's face while Bud was whooping on him. Lord have mercy. Merciless beating. They could have thrown in the towel. Derek James could have thrown in the towel the round before, and I wouldn't have been mad. I'm not switching up on Errol Spence, man. Spence is still my favorite welterweight. I'm going to support him if they go into a rematch. But, dude, I'm worried for him. After that, I would be lying to you if I said I won't worry for Spence. That is a career-changing beating, dude. That might even be a life-altering beating. Tough to watch, man. So, no. I'm not going to play that, oh, Spence won himself, he's going to wash him in the rematch. I don't think so. I'm still going to support Errol Spence because I think that's a fucking punk move to just jump ship on someone that you claim you've been supporting. And I also think it is corny. Look, man, boxing ego, that's a dude that I don't always see eye to eye with him. But I agree with what he said about the fucking fence riders that all of a sudden are now coming out of the woodwork and shitting on Spence and like, no, y'all were too fucking pussy to take a side, and now you're trying to do this little now you're trying to stand on top of the fence and be like, ha ha ha, Spence lost, nanny nanny boo boo. It's like, no, you're a pussy. You didn't fucking pick a side. You fucking said it was going to be a 50-50. Anybody can win, and he didn't fucking. You just stood there on the fence like a punk. So nah, man, I'm not switching up on Errol Spence. He's still my favorite welterweight, and that was tough to watch, man. That dude, I totally sympathize with Tony fans that watched Justin Gaethje beat the living fuck out of him and change the trajectory of his career. I hope that's not the same for Spence, but I feel that shit now. That was probably, I've watched favorite fighters of mine get knocked out and get brutalized before. I watched Robbie Lawler get sparked by Tyron Woodley. I watched Lyoto Machado get fucking done dirty by John Bones Jones, knocked out by Derek Brunson. I've seen it happen before, man, but that's one of the worst. That's one of the worst ones I've ever had to sit through, where it's just like, God damn, dude. Looking like Martin. When he went with Tommy Hearns, that episode of Martin, everyone's memeing that. It's true. Face was all lumped up. Bud fucked him up, dude. So anybody that I talk shit to and called stupid and called a fucking idiot or laughed at him about Bud, well, y'all got the last laugh, dude. Joke's on TC. I'm the clown. I'm the idiot fuck. I'm the retard. I'm the dumbass. Y'all were fucking right. Anybody that was on Bud, y'all were right. I was wrong. Bud is that dude. He is him. He is the prince that was promised. Gotta throw my hands up, dude. That's the kind of L you just have to take, man. You just gotta take that one on the chin. Just like, Jesus Christ. What a brutal fucking drubbing. I've never seen anything like that before. Dude, throw with a damn towel. God, stop. Bud, stop beating him. It was brutal, dude. Congrats to Bud, man. He's the fucking best. He's the fucking man. I maintain that, like, Canelo cleaning out 168 is one of the most impressive things I've ever seen. This might top that, man. Bud doesn't have any losses, and he's cleaned out 2 weight divisions. Canelo didn't clean out 160. He cleaned out 168. He didn't even really clean out 154. He's fighting Charlo. I favor Canelo, but, man, I don't want to hear nothing about Monster Inoue either. I'm sorry. It was Monster, and I'm not trying to take anything away from him. But you have to understand, Stephen Fulton is not as good as Errol Spence. He does not have the quality wins that Errol Spence. He does not have a Sean Porter or a fucking Udanis Ugas on his record. I'm sorry, Fulton isn't as good as Spence, and Inoue isn't as good as Bud. That's just not true. I will argue anybody, tooth and nail, to the ends of the earth, I will argue that. Bud is the fucking man. I hate pound for pound. I think it's a really fucking, like, it's fantasy land for smaller fighters. But Bud is pound for pound number 1. Period. Point blank. I don't want to fucking hear it. I don't want to hear about Inoue moving up to 122. Moving up 2 weight classes to 122. I don't want to hear it. Bud is the man. Pound for pound number 1. Right now, as it stands, 2023, he is the best fucking boxer. Canelo had a reasonably competitive fight with John. He couldn't even stop John Ryder, dude. And Bud just brutalized the best welterweight. He just brutalized and stopped the unified welterweight champion. He didn't take John Ryder to the fucking cards. You know what I'm saying? It's Bud right now, dude. He's the fucking best. He's the man. Y'all are right. I was wrong. I'm the clown. Laugh at me. Ha ha ha. 2 cents. You're a fucking idiot. I was, man. That dude, Bud is the fucking man. Period. I'm not going to listen to anybody mug him off. I'm not going to listen to anyone say that, oh, that was just Spence. Nah, ain't going to be none of that. Give Bud his credit. Give Bud his flowers. Eat the crow. Take the fucking L right on the chin. You have to. If you want to say that you have any kind of integrity, you have to just take this loss and give Bud his credit. That was a sweet performance, man. And it's like, it's not that hard to admit because it's just fucking true. Like what was hard is watching Spence get hurt like that. Dude, you fucking get that emotionally invested in a fight or a fighter. That shit is tough to watch, man. Spence got a family, dude. I don't want to see him like take like that kind of brain damage. Fuck. I mean, it just is what it is. It's the sport they're in, but Jesus Christ, dude. Bud is that's the monster. Bud can just take Naoya's fucking nickname. That was ruthless. I wish I had, dude. Yeah, I won't listen though. I agree, dude. I'm surprised. I thought it was going to get waved off in like, what was it, the 5th round that he dropped him again? Whatever the second knockdown was, I was like, dude, they need to wave this off. I was like, this is not going to, they need to throw in the towel. Like, there wasn't really an appropriate time for the ref to wave it off until the 9th, really. But I think he could have maybe stopped it on the second knockdown. Like, God damn. Man, I was really confident about that too. Like, yeah, Spence is a big 154 or big 147, but I can't blame it on the weight cut, man. Yeah, I mean, obviously Spence cuts a lot of weight. He has been talking about moving up to 154, but man, dude, it was just Bud being better. Dude, I completely fucking agree. I agree. Unless it's going to be his last fight and he's just like, fuck it, I'm done. But I don't want to see that. Lobby, I do not want to see that, dude. I do not want to see him go in there and take another fucking brutal ass whooping from Bud Crawford and then retire on the back of 2 L's to his greatest rival. Like, nah, fuck that, dude. I don't want to see that. I don't think he needs to get, even if he is going to fight Bud, immediate rematch, no sirree, Bob. That's an Ashley Schaefer. No. Take some time, Bubba. Even if you do rematch Crawford, that needs to be next fucking year. Like middle of next year, like a calendar year from now. You do not need to be getting back in the ring. Really, you don't need to be sparring for a few months, dude. Let your fucking dome heal. Terrence really fucking hurt him in that fight, dude. He didn't just beat him or knock him out. Like, he hurt him, man. Hurt his face. Clearly gave him concussions. Like, I don't want to see Spence doing shit but healing and resting and being with his family for the next 3 months. Good Lord. Lobby, dude, you are going to have to take a number and get in line for that one, brother, because you are one of just about, like, countless. People have been trying to tell me about Bud for 5 years, and I haven't been listening. So, yeah, you're right, but you are going to have to take a number and get in line. Oh, Canelo? Yeah, I agree. No, and that's true, but they're just like, they're like 106. They weigh like barely weigh 100 pounds, soaking wet with a rock in their pocket. So yeah, I'm not trying to diss Monster, but it's just like that ain't what Bud just did, dude. And I'm not gonna pretend you can't pretend like beating Stephen Fulton is the same as beating Errol Spence. It's just not the same thing. I'm sorry, it's not. God, you had to ask me that. That's before this fight, I would have said Jermell Charlo puts a whooping on him. But I mean, I think Jermell has a little bit more of a favorable style to Bud. Like he's more of a boxer puncher. And dude, Spence was really hanging his chin out there, really overextending. Charlo doesn't really do that. Charlo stays much more within his stance. So I think Jermell Charlo has a better chance, and he's bigger and he hits harder than Spence. Like Jermell Charlo has legit one punch knock power. Like one punch from Charlo can put you on skates. Like a left hook from Charlo, I think it might knock Bud out. But I can't talk spicy about Bud right now, dude. He is the man. I'm not going to diss him. Like, whew, that's a fight now. That's a fight now, Lobby. I will say that. It might be. I can't even argue with you, dude. I agree. Why? Why? That made no sense at all. What's this? This ain't enough. Nah, dude. Nah. What's up, Wong? How's your weekend? Paul or Diaz? Jake Paul, don't listen to me. Max Bet Diaz. Not as much. Fuck, dude. Bud is really fucking good. Holy shit. All right. Well, like I said, man, that's me taking a big fucking 5-year long L. If anybody else wants to come in here and give me some shit for it, feel free. This is one of the biggest L's I've maybe ever taken. Just couldn't have been more wrong. Like pretty much everything I said Spence was going to do, Bud was going to do. Bud did. Crazy, man. I don't blame you. Don't look, man. Your boy done fell off with the boxing, man. I was nice with the boxing last year, dude. I called Charlo by KO. Dude, I hit a bunch of shit last year with boxing. I hit Tank by 6th round KO against Raleigh. I hit some nice boxing bets last year, but this year, dude, I think because I even think that like that in a way around 7 through 12 against Butler. I think that was the end of last year. Your boy done fell off with the boxing bets, dude. I mean, I hit a couple, I think, maybe. I think I hit Wilder. Was Wilder Hellenius this year? Or was that last year? If Wilder Hellenius, then I hit that. Wilder like round 1 through 3 KO. But dude, I've been off with the boxing recently. Washed. Fucking washed. But anyway, man, that is my Spence versus Bud recap. I'm sorry if it's not as extensive or like as elaborate. It just, what else is there to say? Spence won the first round, and it was a shutout until the 9th, and Bud stopped him. Mercifully, I can't remember who the ref was, but thank you. Thank you for finally ending that, because it was getting to the point where Bud was going to knock him out cold, and I think that actually might have changed Spence's career or life. I think the ref waving it when he did, it does give Spence at least a chance to fight another day. God almighty. That was a whooping. That was a butt whooping. Yeah, it's been a tough year for me as far as boxing. Up and down year. Mostly down for boxing. I haven't tracked it or anything, but I haven't made as many boxing bets this year, but the ones that I have fucking busted, like this one. God, that was tough to watch, man. So this fight was actually taking place simultaneously. Like it was lined up simultaneously with Pereira and Jan. Like I feel like both fights actually started at the exact same time, and they were both going on at the same time. But this man, that made it a roller coaster. Like if that fight hadn't happened, I would be over the fucking moon. And if this was the only fight that happened, I don't even know if I would have streamed today, dude. I would have been in such a funk. Like man, rough, dude. Still coping, trying to not struggling to cope with that. Just not believing what I'm seeing. Dammer, boys. Oh yeah, we did say that. Yep. I know. We'll start tailing you. All right. Yeah. Well, let me put one in the air for Spence. Spence, you still my dude. I'm not jumping ship. I'm gonna still support you. The people that are jumping ship on Spence, y'all are some fucking bitches. And the 50-50 fence riders, they were too pussy to pick a side and now piling on Spence. Fuck y'all. Suck my dick. And the Bud Crawford fans, take a lap. There's your flowers. Y'all are right. I was wrong. Clown me all you want. I fucking deserve it. The dudes on Twitter that I fucking was talking shit to, just clown me, dude. Troll me, drag me. I fucking deserve it. Shout out to my dude, the General Alex Ramirez, the fucking head vampire Elon Musk was trying to stifle the General's DMing, but the General not to be outdone back in the dome. But yeah, man, hope you had a good weekend, General. You're just in time for the UFC 291 recap. Just ate my crow with Errol Spence Jr. Terrence Bud Crawford is the fucking man. Right now, as it stands, he's the best fucking boxer on the planet. He's the nicest. He's fucking stone ground Dijon mustard. Beautiful stuff. All right. Now, UFC 291, gentlemen. It went down this weekend, and it was sick. 291 was sick. I'm going to leave this avatar up there. I really struggled with the avatars this week. There were so many cool screen grabs that I got that I wanted to use, but because I'm a fucking broke bitch and don't want to pay the $25 a month for fucking the 25 for the basic, dude. I'm not paying that right now. So I only get 10 avatars, but dude, I wanted to have a bunch more. That was probably the toughest thing about making the stream was like, I had to cut some sick avatars I wanted to use, but anyway, man, let's begin at the beginning. On the eve of the fights, I want to thank everyone that came through Friday, everyone that has been coming through. The numbers have like dipped for some reason. Like a couple weeks ago, there were a couple streams in a row where I got like 10 plus people in here, but now I can barely crack 8. So I don't know, man. But the people that have been here, I really do appreciate it. So last Friday, I put this up every week. There's going to be exceptions. This is not like every single time, but for the most part, this is true, and I stand by it. Once again, it's just not a reliable metric to me. Looking at the fighter on the scales and be like, oh, they look good. They're gonna win. Bullshit. If they're the better fighter, they will. If they're not, they fucking won't. And there's your data. I have data. I got data for you. If you want data, go back. And I mean, obviously, it's subjective. So whatever. Some people are going to be, well, this guy actually looked good. I thought he looked good. So whatever. That's who I thought looked good. and they fought like look, Claudio Ribeiro looked like a brick shit house. And I know some people picked him because he looked that way, and he got fucking starched. Michael Chiesa looked awesome. Whooped. Darius Flowers, brick shit house. Whooped. Trevin Giles looked awesome. Whooped. You can't count on the weigh-ins, dude. It's not a reliable metric. Sometimes it's even worse than this. I heard people talking about how rough Justin looked at the weigh-ins. He was having a rough cut. It don't fucking matter. It don't even matter. Bobby Green looked weird and rough. It doesn't make a fuck. If they're the better fighter, they're going to win. If they're not, they're going to lose. And there will be exceptions, and we're not going to make them the fucking rule. Now, are we? Nah, man, y'all can do whatever you want. That's just, if I was you, that's my advice. But, you know, after Crawford versus Spence, you could say my advice is fucking, well, actually, I'm not giving you advice on what to do. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. So scratch that. Never mind. Do whatever the fuck you want. Lewis looked good enough to back this week, and Pogues looked bad enough to fade the week before. I do agree that in general, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, of course. There's always outliers. Absolutely not. And I'm insulted that you would even ask me that, Lobby. As long as we've known each other, as tight as we are, dude, I can't even believe you'd ask me that. It's like, do I even know you? You know? Yeah, dude, yeah. It just gets me hyped up for the fights. It just exciting. Thinking about the fights. It's the day before. It's really for the stare downs, dude. That's really why I do it. Particularly the ceremonial weigh-ins. Fighters are all rehydrated. Stare each other down. I get hyped for that shit. So yeah, I'm not doing it to like get an edge or yeah, I'm gonna wait and see. And if that dude, I hear so many people fucking say this week after week after week after week. Oh, I'm gonna wait till the weigh-ins, and if they look good at the weigh-ins, I'm gonna bet them. Like that's, dude, to me, that's a fucking fool's errand, but whatever. Dumbest tweet I seen was, oh, Gaethje rough cut. He needed the 1 pound allowance. Motherfucker was 5-round lightweight fight for a fictional title. The limit is 156. Most people use it. Exactly, dude. That it's not a real belt. It's fugazi as fuck. It was fugazi when fucking Masvidal and Diaz were never the baddest motherfuckers in the UFC at any point in time. We'll talk about the BMF and like its legitimacy or lack thereof, but man, nah, dude. And as much as I love Justin and Dustin, they ain't really a bad motherfucker either. Islam Makhachev. But just saying. IJSN. So yeah, once again, if I was y'all, I just wouldn't do it. You're just asking for it, man. It's a crapshoot. It's a crapshoot. Now, shout out to the 5 people in the building. We're halfway there, boys. Can we get to 10? Can we actually get to fucking 10? Burning questions for the chat. And I like to get burning predictions from the chat. Who's going to pull out? Well, it ended up being Wonderboy Thompson. And I don't want to spend too much time on this, but I'll say this. Wonderboy was well within his right to decline the Pereira fight. And from a purely strategic point of view, it was probably the smart thing to do. I think he was going to lose that fight. Pereira is just the kind of dude that Wonderboy ends up shitting the bed against. where it's like, oh, Wonderboy should definitely be the better striker than this guy. But Pereira's a counterpuncher. Big, powerful counterpuncher. Who does that remind you of? Darren Till, Tyron Woodley. Even Kevin Holland hurt Wonderboy. Just Pereira fits into that category. I think that 3-pound weight miss, I don't think it would have like necessarily helped Pereira, but I don't think it hurts him either. He didn't really look that drained. Honestly, it didn't look like he tried that fucking hard to cut weight. It was just like, nah, the weight's not coming off, so no, that's it. I don't see how you're like trying, and you're like still 5 pounds over. It's like, dude, it ain't happening. You didn't fucking really even try to get to that point. So I don't blame Wonderboy necessarily for not taking the fight, but I'm not gonna like, Wonderboy didn't get his show money. I'm not necessarily like furious over that though. I'm not gonna get all like uppity and like indignant over Wonderboy not, like, I think he was within his right to not take it. And I think it was probably smart. Like, I think he was going to lose, but like, I think he should have gotten his show money, but I'm not like, dude, what the fuck? That's so fucked up for Wonderboy, like, to not get his money. It's like, he did decline the fight. So while I do think he should be getting his money, I thought they did get their money if they showed up and made weight. I don't know why all of a sudden, I don't understand that. But I'm not necessarily like, that's so fucked up, Wonderboy. No, it's like, nah, I think you knew you're about to get your ass whooped. I think you're 40. You knew you're about to get your ass whooped. Wonderboy, I'm sorry, man. I like Wonderboy, but I am getting sick of him talking about making title runs. Dude, the dude is stuck in 2015 or 26, whenever he fought Woodley, man. He's just stuck there. Wonderboy, you had your shot. You had your shot against Woodley. You fucking blew it. You just stood there and let Woodley stare at you while he was against the fence, and you could have unloaded on him. And both, go back and watch those Woodley fights, man. Thompson has him right where he wants him, up against the fence, where the fight's so close, and he could fucking put a stamp on the round and put a stamp on the fight. He just stands there. Stands there, feinting back and forth and doing nothing. Those are the kind of fights he loses. That's the kind of fight he was going to have against Pereira. He's 40. Pereira was 29. He hadn't even hit his 30th birthday. He was, I don't care if he was he's actually 36 and no, he's not. He's way younger than Thompson. He was going to beat his ass. And Kevin Holland didn't break his hand. He was going to knock Thompson out, but he did. He broke his hand, and then he was, a compromised fighter. And I think that led to Thompson looking as dominant as he did. So, again, I'm not like mad at Wonderboy for declining it, but I'm not like crying fucking tears. Like, wipe your crocodile tears over Wonderboy not getting his show money. Wonderboy is doing fine. He will be okay. He is like being a little selective with his opponents and like acting like he can cherry pick his way to a title shot. I'm getting a little sick of that. Like, dude, you're 40. Just accept the fact that you're an action fighter. Get like Kevin Holland. That's who you just beat. You just beat another action fighter. That's what you are. You are an action fighter. You're 40. You ain't never going to get a title. You can be in fun fights. You can beat guys that maybe people I think a little too highly of, that aren't really on your level. But, dude, it ain't happening. You ain't beating Chimaev. You ain't beating fucking Shavkat. You ain't doing it. Nice, dude. I didn't think Poirier looked that great on the scale. I had Jackie Boy. I had them both. I put it up on the screen just a few minutes ago. I had them both looking rough. It don't matter. It don't make a fuck, dude. The better fighter will win. I thought Poirier and Gaethje both look like shit. And a matter of fact, if you're saying that you're basing it off the weigh-ins, you're even more fucking wrong. Because in y'all's mind, Poirier looked awesome and Gaethje looked like shit. And what happened? The exact fucking opposite. It don't matter. The weigh-ins, how the fighters look on the scale, do not matter. I cover the weigh-ins for entertainment and to get hype about the fights when they stare each other down. That shit is tight. But dude, I'm not doing it to try and get a fucking edge. Make your picks and bets ahead of time is what I would say. Oh, believe me, brother. I was on Pereira as well. He's a doofus, but whatever. He slept in too many lakes, and that's what happens. But yeah. Now, before we get any further into this, before we actually talk about 291 and what transpired, we're still, that's just still the preamble. Before we go any further, first and foremost, shout out to my dude Aaron the Dog MMA. If you're not subscribed to his channel, do it. Do it now. Had a great show with Aaron on Wednesday. Make sure you'll go check that out. Give it a like. Leave a comment. Had an awesome show Wednesday. Want to thank him again for having me. Looking forward to this week's breakdown for UFC Nashville. Make sure y'all tune into that. My dude Aaron the Dog cleaned up. Aaron is a really fucking sharp bettor. Sharper than me for sure. Dude, the dude needs way, he should have a way bigger following. That channel should be way bigger than it is right now. It's kind of a travesty, honestly. The content that he puts out, the plays that he makes, it just, he just should have a bigger following. So yeah, shout out to my dude. He had a great weekend, cleaned up. Shout out to him. Also, I didn't make a banner for this. Well, no, I will. I'll circle back around to that. But shout out to the boys at Pub Sports Radio. In particular, shout out to Big Show Picks. Shout out to MMA Locker Room, Nikki Elbows, Billy Briz. The MMA Locker Room Talk podcast. Shout out to those boys. I was invited back once again to guest appear on the MMA Locker Room Talk podcast. Y'all can listen to that on Spreaker, iHeartRadio, Spotify, anywhere you can listen to podcasts. It was a great cast. I had a blast doing it. Make sure y'all check that out. Big shout out to the boys at Pub. Like I said, I'm gonna circle back around to that. But yeah, shout out to them. That was Thursday. I had a great time doing that. And yeah, then Friday was the weigh-ins. And now here we are. We have finally made it to the UFC 291 official recap. Join me, won't you? I'm going to repack this chillum, and we're going to get right up in this shit. Had the Pereira parlay, of course he pulled. Yep. He was in the Zhang Li too, man. He was anchoring the Zhang Li. I think he would have cashed it and we would have made even more, but yeah, man. Thank you, sir. Yes, indeed. I will give that contest its proper shine. But also, man, before I go any further, shout out to the Dome. Shout out to the greatest group chat in the world. The sharpest group chat in the world. And that's the leader right there. That's another really Alex, man, there are some really sharp handicappers in this community that fly under the radar. that people might not realize. Like dudes like, I mean, Jack got a little clout on him now, I'm not gonna lie, but like dudes like Jack and Aaron and Alex, they've been in the game for a while, dude. Sharp dudes. Don't really get enough credit. Like I said, Jackie Boy got a little clout on him, but yeah, man. Yeah, dude, I'll be pubbing it up. Fuck yeah. Let's go. How about them O's too, baby? Fucking crushing the Yankees. That's sick. Number one in the AL East. That's sick. All right. 291 breakdown. Let's get right into this motherfucker. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to leave that Spence Bud gift or avatar up there for the time being. But trust me, it will get switched up. I got some sick avatars for you boys. There were some that looked really funny / ridiculous, and I just didn't have enough. I only have 10 spots because I'm a cheap prick, but I don't know, man. All right, UFC 291 recap. Shout out to the 3 people in the building. It's a small audience, but it's a strong core. And having a strong core is important. In life, in physical fitness, it's important to have a strong core. At least that's what I've been told. And it just sounds good. So we're going with it. It's also important to smoke good nugget. Cheers, gentlemen. Tropicana Runts. Tropical Runts. You made my day. Stop it, Jack. You don't even be modest like that. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's right. That's right. That's what I reckon too. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. UFC 291. We will begin at the beginning. We'll work our way all the way up through the card. I'm going to tell you what I thought about every single one of these fights, and then I'm going to get the fuck out of here. Miranda Maverick. Armbarring Priscilla Cachoeira. Yeah, I don't know if Priscilla Cachoeira is quite UFC level. Maverick looked good. This fight really didn't tell me a whole lot about Miranda Maverick, to be honest with you. I think that Miranda is getting closer to what she was being touted as originally. Like, she's still pretty young, and it looks like she's gradually improving. So I don't want to really, I'm not going to pile on Miranda Maverick. I do think she was overhyped, but I think it's starting to kind of level out now, if you know what I mean. Like, I think she's starting to raise her game up to where it's like, okay, I can see some of the things that people were talking about. I still think it's being a little overstated, but it's like, okay, I can see why people were like, you know, she has potential in some places. Like, if she can continue to improve her wrestling and striking, I think she'll be all right. But I know it's going to happen. I know it's going to fucking happen. Now Miranda is going to be really overvalued against someone that's better than Priscilla. So I don't know, man. Miranda Maverick is definitely not someone that I look to bet. Unless it's someone that I know she's going to lose to. The other way, it's like, nah, man, I can't bet her against lower levels of competition, but it's like, I'm pretty sure this is the thing with Maverick. They're never gonna give her like they want to keep building her up, is what I'm trying to say. I think they've had a couple hiccups with her, so they're like, okay, we're gonna get back to like tracking her the way we should have before. Like, okay, we're gonna slow build her up again. Cause like I just know that I don't think she would beat Macy. Even if you think she won the first fight, I don't think she would beat Macy now. I think the striking differential is way too much on the feet still. I think Miranda's still improving on the feet. So that's why it's like I don't know, but I feel more comfortable capping Miranda's ceiling than I do her floor. I think she's got a pretty high floor, is what I'm trying to say. But I still think the ceiling is limited. So there's that. What's up, brother? How are you, man? Shout out to my dude, Boston Nick, dude. That's a good man. That's a man of honor, and I won't hear no different. Shout out to my dude, man. That's a real one right there, dude. That's a real DP fan. Shout out to my dude. Yeah, Boston Nick in the house. Pay homage. Be pubbing. Shout out to the homies, man. Good dudes in the chat. What's going on, man? Cheers, Nikki. Got some tropical runts. East Coast in the building strong. Texas in the building strong. Let's fucking go. Yeah, boys dapping up. Yes, sir, man. Got a crew in here now. All right, so that was the Maverick fight. This fight was sick. Was this was this fight of the night, boys? I've been trying to think about it. Like, this fight was very competitive. Simmelsberger fucking flattened Medic in the first round. So, like, I'm happy about this. I do think people have been a little too high on Simmelsberger. I still have the same kind of like questions about Urosh. And I think that unfortunately people are gonna like overvalue Urosh now. I've just never been that high on Matthew Simmelsberger. I've always just been kind of like he's been better than I thought he would be in some spots, but like I definitely picked chaos against him. I've been okay at picking Simmelsberger fights. I think I've been wrong maybe once or twice, but yeah, this was I don't know. It's not like I can fault Medic really for getting dropped. Like Simmelsberger does hit really fucking hard. He's got a lot of knockdowns. But the reason I picked Urosh and the reason I ended up betting Urosh late, I bet Urosh live on Friday after the Lake Sleeper fucking missed weight and Wonderboy pulled out. I bet Urosh late. This is one of those where it's like, okay, in hindsight, I should have just bet the money line. But I wanted to have a little fun with it. I did throw Medic in a couple parlays. He just seemed like too live of a dog. The striking, like, yeah, Simmelsberger cracks. The evidence was there that he cracks. He flattened Medic. And honestly, man, I think it's a fight IQ thing from Simmelsberger because his corner was screaming at him, Matt, let him up. Let him back up. And Simmelsberger just laying on him. It's like the instincts aren't there. The power is there. The strength is there. The athleticism, like, that is just the fucking, what is it? Not ad hominem. Whatever. It's always said. It just gets overstated that he's an athlete, multiple sport athlete in high school and college. He's athletic. He's got a big frame. But man, I thought Medic was the side all week. So shout out to Jackie Boy. Shout out to Zach Johnson. I know Jack and Zach were both on Medic. Let's fucking go, boys. That one felt pretty good. So But was this fight of the night though, man? I kind of feel like it was, dude. Like Medic ended up finishing Semelsberger, but that was a pretty competitive fight. Like that was a sweet fight, actually. And thinking about it now, a lot of the other ones, I mean, you could say maybe Tony and Bobby Green, but really Tony only had one moment. Like Simmelsberger had several big moments in this fight. And yeah, I thought Medic won the second round, but that was a competitive round. Simmelsberger, you could argue Simmelsberger won the first half of that round. The third round, Medic was it was clear that Medic was turning it on, and Medic's cardio looked good. Everyone was giving Medic shit for like having bad cardio, but he got there 3 weeks ahead of time, was training with Ramsey Najim apparently, which is like you hear that and you're like, okay, so like, all right. But apparently it helped, dude. Got acclimated to the altitude. His cardio looked, I will say this, like Medic looked like he was about to die at the end of the first. He took like the biggest breath I've ever seen. He like fucking like he was bent over and then like pulled up and like inhaled. It's like, oh my God, dude, this dude's about to fall off a cliff. But he fucking hung on, to his credit. And yeah, that was sick. He hurt Simmelsberger. It wasn't even a spinning back fist. It was a spinning back forearm. You can see it right there. And yeah, I don't like, look, a tad early, but a good stoppage. Medic was all over him. Like every ground and pound strike that he was throwing, he was landing. I think it was a matter of time before he put him out. And it was just the writing was on the wall. Sick side shuffle from Medic. So yeah. Y'all like that, Salt Lake City? Y'all like that shit, dude? Y'all like that, Medic haters? Yeah, who ain't got no cardio? Who gonna do what to who? That was sick, man. I like Medic. Speaks pretty good English. Little bit of the, what do the kids say? The Riz. A little bit of Riz. I like that. Are you? I like that shit, man. Are you the side shuffle on the octagon? Are you not entertained? Are you not fucking entertained, dude? That'll fucking tickle your fight night taint, dude. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Medic, man. Like I said, shout out to Jackie Boy, Zach Johnson. I'm trying to remember who else was on Medic. But yeah, let's fucking go, boys. That's the way to start the day. That's the way to start the night. That was sick. The best I can get for an elbow emoji. Nice. Yeah, same here, man. Shout out to my dude, Boston Nick. That's a good dude. Good capper. I still can't believe I got Medic plus the grid. That's slick, Jackie Boy. That's slick butthole, man. Hey, that's using your head. Dude, he looked bigger than Simmelsberger. He looked fucking bigger than Simmelsberger. And I'm sorry, like, I still have some of the concerns defensively for Medic, but it's not like I can totally fault him for getting dropped by Simmelsberger. I mean, Matthew Simmelsberger drops quite a few people. He's dropping just about every other fighter he goes up in there against and getting usually more than one knockdown. So it's like, that's pretty par for the course to get dropped by semi. I'm more impressed that he was able to weather the storm. Now, again, some of that is IQ for Simmelsberger. Him maybe having some kind of like jobber tendencies, but I like what I saw from Medic. I definitely like what I saw from Medic. He's a big dude. He's a good striker, good low kick, good extended combinations. That's actually how he hurt Simmelsberger. They would meet, they would car crash in the middle, and when Medic would extend the combinations, that's when he would catch him. Simmelsberger was countering Medic when he would go, because what Medic would do, and they pointed it out in the commentary too, he would go in halfway. Like he would almost like not faint, but he would like halfway commit to entering the pocket, wait for semi to throw something, and then counter that. What happened was when at first he would try and do that and Semi would just catch him. Like Urosh would go to like set the trap and Simmelsberger would just clip him. But later in the fight, he would enter in, Simmelsberger would meet him. They clinched up, Medic hit him with a knee, and when they pulled out, Medic threw a 2-hook combo and he clipped Simmelsberger with both of them. That was the beginning of the end. He hurt him right there. Simmelsberger was kind of like wobbled, didn't really know what was going on, and Medic just like, boom, just hit him with that fucking back fist, or the back forearm, excuse me. It was sick. So, yeah. See what Jackie Boy says for after matches. Semi versus Kevin Lee if Kevin won't decide or agree. Ooh, I like that. I like that shit. That's a good one, man. Hey, they both have a win. I made a mistake knowing I second guessed myself. Dang. I had said Simmelsberger sucks 2 fights back, win against myself. But like, yeah. I mean, he had a chance, dude. He had a chance. And like, honestly, if he was a little bit smarter, he probably could have got Medic out of there. But yeah. Hey, dude. Brother, I've done that more times than I can count. So, moving right along. Jake Matthews sort of predictably gets rid of Darius Flowers. Although I will say this, man, Flowers had Matthews almost in a lot of trouble. Like, I think he rocked him. Matthews maybe playing a little rope-a-dope, a little possum. But he was hurt. I just don't know if he was hurt quite as bad as the commentary was making out. But I do think he got rocked a couple times. Stunned pretty bad. It was like, oh shit, I need to fucking get my wits about me here. That's what it looked like to me anyway. But yeah, Matthews ended up showing himself to be the better fighter, getting rid of Flowers. Flowers went in for the, I guess, a takedown, and Matthews just kind of like turned him over. And yeah, the end was pretty nigh after that, as they say in the UK. But yeah, shout out to Jake Matthews. Man, I still just kind of like looking sideways at Jake Matthews. I think that he's a young guy. I think he's another one that need to fucking slow roll. As crazy as that sounds, because I feel like the temptation or the urge is like, okay, well, he's been here now. He's been here for what, like going almost 10 years? Not quite that long, but he's been in the UFC for a while. He's been fighting the UFC since he's like early 20s. He's like 29 now, 30. It's like, but he's like, he still just feels like this fucking greenhorn, don't he? Am I wrong? Am I crazy about that? He still has like greenhorn tendencies where he like doesn't fight smart. He can get like, I still don't like his defense and his chin. I still like that. That's Darius Flowers, man. That's just like some kind of like journeyman jobber. Like, and he's still putting him on skates. It's like, man, I still just think you give Matthews a real good fight. I think he'll clean his fucking clock. So I think he's someone that like might end up being relegated to kind of like action fighter status. But you know, the future will you know, the truth will be revealed in the fruits of the happening, you know, as Leahy would say. Matthews Basil? Is that what I understand you to mean? Old Magic Honeybee? So Roman Kopylov head kicks Claudio Ribeiro. I figured Roman would win. I thought it would be ground and pound. I didn't think he would just straight up head kick him. Man, There's something in the air in Salt Lake City. It's almost like it's like haunted by this head kick spirit. And it just like possesses fighters, and they're like, no, you're gonna head kick this dude. I don't care what you do, what you normally do, what you're gonna do. No. We're not talking about what you're gonna do is kick him in the head. And it just, I don't. You tell me. I don't see why that doesn't track, because I just, there's no other explanation. Why does everyone get head kicked in Salt Lake City? I don't know. Like Medic. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. What do you think? What do you think, boys? Why does everyone get fucking head kicked in Salt Lake City? I'm just like, I mean, I'm kind of stoned right now. My mind's wandering, but just what even in the fuck? What the hell is even that? Another head kick? What the hell is even that? It just don't stop. Everywhere I turn, it's Tracy, head kick. Head Kick City. Change the name. There you go. Jackie Boy just changed the name officially. Mayor of Salt Lake City, speak to Jack Attack MMA about these changes that have been made, because I think it's appropriate. You're no longer Salt Lake City. You're Head Kick City, because that's what happens when people fight there. They get kicked in the fucking head. It's like a portal, dude. It's a portal. It's like a portal to the shadow realm that goes directly through a head kick in Salt Lake City. So I've said before that I think that the gates of hell open in Bristol, Virginia, like the border of Tennessee and Virginia. I do think that the gates of hell actually open up there. And I think that the portal to the shadow realm opens through a head kick in Salt Lake City. It's just what I think. Duncan versus Ribeiro. I don't hate that. I mean, I don't know. And then you just ask him, thinking about it though, that's a little sadistic, Jack. I think you're just asking for Ribeiro to get knocked out. But as a Duncan fan, that'd be sick. Now, CJ Vergara BMF's Vinicius Salvador. Now, I don't mean bad motherfucker. Shout out to my dude Aaron the Dog MMA. This is the term that Aaron has coined. Better MMA fighter. That's what happened. CJ Vergara was the better MMA fighter against Vinicius Salvador, who's, can we just call a spade a spade? Salvador's a jobber. Vergara's kind of a jobber too. A little more high end, but I mean, Vergara's going to fucking get it too. You know he's going to get his ass whooped sooner rather than later. You know he is. It's just against a guy like Salvador where it's like you are just round one KO or bust. I don't see how anyone could be that high on him after Shannon Ross. Shannon Ross is not a trampoline or a springboard to anything. It's just a law of physics. Just like if you have striking, you will knock out Shannon Ross. Like every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Every striker knocks out Shannon Ross. So copy La Petro. Lord have mercy. That's a cooker right there, boys. That's a fucking banger. Yes. Yes, please. Yes, please. Ribeiro Dumas. Hey. That's using your noggin. That's sick. That's why Jackie Boy is the best at future matchups. I'm telling you, they need to contract you out, Jack. I'm serious. They need to hire you as an independent contractor, as a matchmaker consultant, and I'm not even bullshitting. I think we should campaign for that, man. Campaign to get Jackie Boy a job as a matchmaking consultant because he's just better at it than fucking Maynard and Shelby, in my opinion. Those are my 2 cents on it. Beautiful first round TKO. I mean, technically you're right. Because that won't no fucking eye poke. That was clearly a punch to the eye. And Vergara couldn't continue. It shouldn't have been stopped in the first place. I don't know why it took them so long to like sort that out. Because it's basically any advantage that Vinicius had or any kind of momentum or anything was gone at that point. Vergara had completely you're letting him recover from getting punched in the eye. And like, so yeah, that should have, if that doesn't get stopped, maybe Salvador, I'd say there's a 75-80% chance that Salvador gets him out of there. And CJ will get it. Like he is going to catch one soon because it's like he's like having sketchy moments against lower level dudes, and people love some CJ Vergara, man. I've bet him before too, but I don't see this like future anything, man. I see a future ass whooping waiting to happen. I think someone is gonna brutally fucking sleep CJ Vergara in the not too distant future. I could feel it down in my plums. I'm not even half joking. I'm like 75% not joking. No hate on, because he did, but no, he did. Exactly. Because that seemed like where a dude usually gets poked, where it's like they're almost thinking about throwing a jab, but it's like, nah, this dude's closing the distance a little too fast. Let me put my hand out. And they looked like it was an eye poke, and it was like, nah, his fist is closed. And it, like, when you look at the replay, it's not hard to see. So, yeah, man. And honestly, that's kind of like a disturbing trend. This is not really a good example, but I've noticed a disturbing trend. And we didn't really, I should have touched on it back in the Flowers fight. He did not get kicked in the nuts. And dude, I don't know how many times I've said this. This is one of the things that I can speak on. I don't like, I'm a fucking loudmouth. I'm a kind of a bullshitter, but like, dude, one thing that I can speak on semi-intelligently is karate and a fucking front kick. You boys got a pretty good front kick. I know a fucking front kick when I see one. I know a Mai Gary chewed on when I see one. That was a clean Mai Gary chewed on. Toes back, spear right in the stomach, right in the lower guts. Darius Flowers faked that shit. Yeah, that was no. That did not hit his cup. He was in pain. It's the pain that you feel. It's the same pain that you feel when you get hit in the nuts, because that shit goes up to your fucking lower intestines. And that's exactly where Matthews kicked him. Right in his lower guts. Right above the dick root. Right above the pelvic bone, boys. When you about to fucking, when you get the fucking green apple 2 steps, that old diarrhea dookie, you feel that rumbling down. That's the area where he got kicked. That was clean, man. Dude, I've noticed a disturbing trend of that. Fighters faking low blows to get time. I don't like it. But yeah, that just reminded me of that. I'm not saying Vergara faked that. I do think he thought he got poked. But like, I guess Flowers thought he got kicked because that's where the pain is. But nah, dude, that was a clean Mai Gary. Right to the guts. That's where you throw that. Right in the stomach. You can catch someone in the solar plexus. That's ideal. But, I don't know, man. Sub Zach. Hey, man, I put you over as well on Medic because I know you're on Medic. So, yeah. You, me, and Jackie Boy cashed on Medic. I know you had CJ by decision. Congrats on that. Slick butthole. Hope you had a good weekend. Yeah, I agree. No, that was a great way to bet that. Good call, dude. Yeah, I don't think much of CJ. I did have him. I think I had CJ by second round TKO. I figured Salvador would fall off a cliff because he looked like shit and he missed weight. And he actually looked like he tried to make the fucking weight. But yeah, man. The Matthews Flowers foul is at least debatable, but no bait that CJ got a break. Yeah, dude, I honestly, I can, like I said, there's not many things I can speak intelligently on in combat sports, but karate is one of them. That's a clean my Gary, dude. The fucking the ball of your foot is what you hit someone with the front kick. You pull your toes back so you don't break your toes, and you act like the ball of your foot is the tip of a spear, and that's what he did. Ball of the foot. So okay, that's fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. As he pulled back, yes, the cup came. It looked more like the cup came up to hit the fucking heel. That's what it looked like to me. It looked like the impact made his, and as he pulled back, his fucking sack flew up and hit the heel more like the toes. The ball made impact first. So, but I understand what you're saying. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, good stuff. Shop, wicked fucking shop. All right. Moving right along. Gabriel Bonfim. This pretty much went how I thought it was going to go. Should have looked at Bonfim inside the distance as a parlay piece. I believe Gabriel Bonfim was in the Zhang Li parlay. So that's what's up. Shout out to my dude Aaron the dog. But yeah, this is like, I don't have too much to say about this one. And matter of fact, we do have a lot to get to, and I'm going to make this a 2-hour stream. I'm not going to cover UFC Nashville on this one. I'll either do a stream tomorrow or I just won't. And you'll just have to tune into Aaron the Dog MMA on Wednesday if you want to find out what my picks and bets are. And just, you should be doing that anyway. But yeah, I don't have too much to say about this. Bonfim is good. Low key, Bonfim has got Trevin Giles up out of there quicker than some highly touted prospects. Low key, Bonfim did better against Trevin than Dricus did. I'm just saying, bro. I'm not saying that means he's better than Dricus. I'm not saying Bonfim would beat Dricus. I'm just saying, and I know it's a different way. I know all that. I'm not saying Bonfim is better than Dricus. I'm just saying he had a more dominant performance against Trevin than Dricus. That's all I'm saying. Bonfim looked really good, but that's kind of what I expected. There wasn't. I thought for a split second, maybe there's some value on Giles. Nah, dude. Nah. Trevin looked sketchy against Kosi and Parsons, who I think are both jobbers. And yeah. Trevin is just, he has skills. He has talent. He's a Bellator fighter to me. He's a Bellator fighter. He's a PFL fighter. And I do think he could have a lot of success there. I say that quite a bit about fighters that I don't think are UFC level, but I don't mean it to be like they can't compete. I just think it would be like if they want to actually have more success, I think they would have more success there. Like Trevin Giles can obviously beat UFC level. He has a win over Roman Dolidze. But I just think, like, if I'm Trevin Giles, like, dude, maybe it's a pay thing. Maybe he does get more in the UFC than he would get Bellator. But I just feel like he's a dude that could beat, like I know that the welterweight division at Bellator is pretty decent. I understand that, but there's some winnable fights for Trevin over there. Like, the lower level dudes, he can beat them. It's just you give him a decent, like a solid UFC level prospect or contender, and he can't compete. So I don't. It's weird, man. Trevin Giles gets all these like showcase spots and comes up short in every single fucking one of them, and they just keep giving them to him. Isn't that weird? Like, he has a fight against Dricus. He has a fight against Michael Morales. Now he has a fight against Bonfim. It's like, I guess he'll just take the fights that other guys don't want to, but it's really weird. Like, it just seemed like a setup. Am I crazy for thinking that? I just didn't understand this booking. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Classic. Oh, Dip, classic scenario. Oh, Dip, bro picks, classic bro in the building. Dude, let's fucking go. Let's go, Bobo. Hey, that's real. Appreciate it, dude. I know your fucking ass had a good weekend. How you doing, man? Keeping the streets safe? Cleaning up? Calling out jobbers? I like it, dude. Shout out to my dude Bro Picks, man. Check him out. Been on YouTube calling and predicting and betting fights for a minute, man. Puts out good content. Hey, I tell y'all, man, I keep telling everyone that comes to this channel, the chat's way sharper than me. You got Bro Picks, Jackie Boy, Zach Johnson had a good weekend, Alex Ramirez, Aaron the Dog, cleaning up, man. Good, man. Doing good. Had a good weekend. I already ate the biggest piece of crow and took the toughest loss I had to with Spence, but 291, man. Hey, dude. Cheers, boys. Cheers to every single one of y'all, man. We collectively fucked the bookies up. Even my little fucking piker ass got money off the bookies this weekend. I know y'all did. I'm telling you, man. This fucking small community we got going on here. Top notch, top notch. Yes, indeed. Cheers. Hope you have a great week. And yeah, man, subscribe to Bro Picks if you haven't. Puts out prediction streams every week. Been kicking ass this year, man. Bro Picks been cleaning up this year. Jackie Boy too. Yeah, dude. Yeah, smiles all around, boys. Let's fucking go. So yeah. Bonfim went down pretty much like I thought it would. This one more or less went down like I thought it would. I was calling the KO, so I will concede that I was wrong on that. I was very bullish about the KO. But is that not like, is this not so typical of Chiesa? I'm sorry, man. It looked like Chiesa went in there to just retire. That was one of the most dialed in, like, on fucking autopilot. Like, I'm going to go in there, try two takedowns. If it doesn't work, I'm going to just let it happen. Whatever is going to happen is just going to happen. I'm going to just let it happen. He didn't even try to do anything but, like, the second takedown attempt got thwarted, and it was just like, just get me out of there. Just get me up out of there with something. I think Holland is an underrated submission grappler. He's just not good against wrestlers. And Chiesa just didn't have the size and the physicality to, like, really ragdoll Holland. Look how easily he bucked off the takedowns. Look how easily Holland was able to pummel and break Chiesa's body lock. Stop the single leg. So, like, he sprawled well. He fucking pummeled well. He's always split his legs against the fence well. Like, Holland's not incredibly easy to take down. He gets a bad rap for getting, like, ragdolled by these huge fucking, like, middleweight wrestlers. Like, Brunson is a big fucking dude. Vittori, you know what a big fucking lug Vittori is. That Mollix. You know, he's done that to a bunch of people, and everyone's like, oh, Holland fucking sucks, dude. Like, Holland gets a bad rap, man. He's one of the funnest, most entertaining, pretty fucking good action fighter, dude. And he knows what he is. That's what I love the most about Holland. He is so comfortable in his station at the UFC. He loves it. He gets paid. You know he's going to entertain the crowd. If he wins, it's going to be a crazy finish. He's going to get on the mic, say something crazy and very funny. And like, he's like, I'm just here to make money. And if you ain't some fucking contender, I'm probably going to fuck you up. Like, I love Kevin Holland for that. And yeah, it was a little disappointing to not hit the KO, but just like Urosh, I threw Holland in my my Motley Crew 3-piece, and he fit right in there. So that leg cleared. That was fucking tight. Oh, Deb, Holland clears a second leg. Oh, shit. Calling the shots. You not worried about the cardio on relatively short notice? Joe talking to Bro Picks about that. Nice. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I don't blame you against higher levels of competition. That's the thing with Holland. That's kind of like why I like Holland. Now that I have enough data on Holland, he's another fighter where it's like, I can see your ceiling and your floor at the both same time. I know exactly what kind of fighter you're going to beat and what level of fighter you're going to lose to, for the most part. And that's what I like. I really like a fighter where I can like zero in on that. There's a couple fighters that I have that like read on, and Holland is getting to be one of them where it's like, oh yeah, automatic. I know I can know whether Holland's going to beat or lose to this person. It's getting that way with him. Yeah, but what I do like is that he acknowledges and makes it very clear that he's an action fighter. So I think with that said, he'll get more like bookings against winnable fights. Like, it's like, I don't really see them like pushing Holland into like these big spots against like rising contenders. I think they've made that mistake too many times. But on the other hand, he's really active and he will take fights that other dudes don't want to. So because of that, we're probably going to have some spots. But that's, like I said, excuse me, I'm getting to the point where it's like, I can see like, okay, this is a little bit too big of a bite for Holland. I don't know if he can chew this thing. So I like that. So what's up, bananas and grapes? Morning. Cheers. Yep. I got my lukewarm coffee here. Cheers to you. Got my pot. Cheers. Got a little tropical runts. Speaking of which, shout out to bananas and grapes. Hope you had a good weekend. So, speaking on that subject, I kind of like, yes, it was harsh. And it's kind of like, whoa, like what is that? Was that necessary, Kev? But I also agree with what he's saying. Stop. And the same goes for Wonder Boy. Wonder Boy's a higher level than Chiesa, but him, Wonder Boy, Chiesa, face the fact that you ain't going to be a champion. Not everyone can be a champion, and that's okay. I think that's what he was trying to say. I'm not going to like try and speak for Holland, but that's what it sounded like to me. It was harsh. It was maybe a little unnecessary, but like, it's also true. I think the message, the takeaway message is like, it rings true. Chiesa, clearly 35, 1 foot out the door. Stop talking about title. Just stop it. You're painting yourself into a corner where it's like, oh, if I can't become a champion, I'm just going to retire. It's like, okay. I mean, Okay, then just do it and stop acting like you're about to go on a title run. And because you can't, now you need to retire. It's like you don't necessarily need to do that. You just have too big of expectations for yourself. And when you don't meet them, you just close up shop. I think that's what he's trying to say. I don't know. Like, what did he need to say that necessarily? Did he need to pile on Chiesa? Probably not, but still, it's true. He ain't lying. He is like, are let me ask the 5 people in the chat. Do y'all think that Michael Chiesa and Stephen Wonderboy Thompson will ever be champion? And while I wait for a reply on that, I'm going to reload the tropical runts. Tropical runts is one of the best sativa leaning hybrids I've ever had. It doesn't make me feel too anxious, but it also helps with the energy, creativity, sociability, talkativity. I just want to throw that out there. I think it's a really good strain. If you can ever get your hands on it. Like runts in general is like that, but tropical runts is beautiful. Beautiful 60-40 sativa. Yeah, it's kind of like, God damn, just kick the man while he's down. But yeah, hell no. Hey, no doubt. No doubt. I just think they both, it's like, yeah, it's exactly. It's like he didn't need to say it, but yeah. Harsh, Kev. Kev too real for TV. That's why I like him though. He don't give a fuck. He's gonna, what you see is what you get. It was the arm triangle. That's why my mind is blown. Bobby beating Tony, I'm sorry, man. That was a foregone conclusion. I don't blame people for riding with their dude. If you're a real legit Tony Ferguson fan and that's your dude, you're going to ride or die. I respect that. For everyone that's not a Tony stan, you need to take a good long look at yourself and just realize that you got caught up in the hype that Tony, whether he has deserved it or not, Tony has a ridiculous rabid following. Which is actually, it's even gotten more so. Like people have dug their heels in even more as Tony's gone on this losing streak. But to really think that Tony had a chance, I mean, he hurt Bobby. He did drop him. But did the rest of the fight not just look like exactly how it's been going for Tony in recent years? I acknowledge that 5 years ago, Tony would have fucked him up. But this is post Justin Gaethje Tony. That's what I was saying about Spence earlier. Like, I hope it wasn't that kind of a beating because that beating changed the trajectory of Tony's career. He took 3, maybe 4 fights worth of punishment in that fight, is what I'm trying to say. So, yeah, the arm triangle was a little surprising from Bobby. But I'll tell you what was not surprising, that takedown defense. Bobby Green has nasty takedown defense, dude. Bobby Green's defensive wrestling is fucking Smales, top notch. That's what he does. Stuffs takedowns, box you up, talk a little shit, get on the mic, say something crazy. That's Bobby Green. That was the thing here. Yes, Tony, like in his prime, but he's not in his prime, dude. You're talking about shit in a vacuum. Like it just doesn't happen like that. So there's that. And also, what usually brings Tony success doesn't work against Bobby Green. You can't out crazy another crazy dude. He's just on the same frequency as you, where it's just like he's just as unpredictable and wild and just as much of kind of like a Tasmanian devil kind of in a different way. Like Bobby's boxing is a little cleaner, but he's still kind of wild and a little unpredictable, a little wily. You know what I'm saying? Like kind of canceled out Tony's crazy guy X factor. You know what I mean? But yeah, I like Bobby Green. I think he's another dude. He's another really fun action fighter, and people just shit on him. It's like, dude, Bobby Green is like one of the most lovable high-end jobbers there is. I love fighters like that. They'll fucking fight anybody for the most part. They'll win some, lose some. When they win, it's a lot of fun. They're entertaining on the mic. They're a character. I love that shit. I love fighters like Bobby Green. Sure. Tony robbed. Okay, fair enough. Homie Noah, shout out. Good point. Fair enough. I agree. It was a nasty eye poke. It was a nasty eye poke. Fair point. Fair point. I can't argue that. Fair enough. Fair enough, boys. There's only one king, and it's the Monkey King. Tony Ferguson versus Chris Gritzmacher. Fucking grits. The last man that Tony can fucking beat that's got any kind of like name value. God damn it. And it's still like a fucking split. It's Tony like fucking and I'm gonna Padre Shiti Spiritu Santo. Like he's fucking doing the fucking like the Catholic fucking prayer. Oh man. He's like doing the Catholic, he's doing the prayer, the fucking he's doing 10 Hail Marys as they're reading out the split against Grits. Nah, he'd smoke Gritzmacher. Stop it, dude. Stop, Jack. Fucking Gritzmacher. Just hearing Tony Ferguson versus Chris Gritzmacher is like, those fucking two names are not congruent, dude. That's funny, dude. That is funny. Well, it's the big show. Sup, Playboy? What are you doing? What you know good? Shout out to my dude, man. I was putting you over earlier. Man, thanks for having me on all these podcasts recently. Thanks to you, Mills, Billy. It was a real good time getting on there with Nikki last Thursday. Still have some more praise to throw upon you, but got a couple more fights to get to before the time is just right. But shout out to my dude, Big Show. Appreciate it, man. Hey, dude, thank you. Thank you. It's a good time, man. Getting on there, talking some shit with the boys. Yeah, dude, check out that podcast, man. MMA Locker Room Talk. It's on all the podcast janks. Spreaker, iHeartRadio, Spotify. Yeah, man. Shout out to Show and the boys. So this one, I can't really begin to tell y'all how good this felt. And I was really nervous going into this one because this fight was originally on the prelims. So I thought that the Holland fight was the one I was going to be sweating, but it was this one. And it's not because I didn't think Lewis was going to win. It's because so many people were on fucking DeLima. So many people that I like respect, that I'm cool with. They like are sharp handicappers. It's like, DeLima? What? DeLima against Derek Lewis. The dude that was getting pieced up by Blagoy, getting his dome rocked by Ivanov, got knocked out by some fucking no-name jobber, has never faced a, like, he's going to beat Derek Lewis? He's the same fucking age. They're literally like 4 months apart. But he's all of a sudden, Lewis is washed, and this fucking jobber is some contender. Get the fuck out of here, dude. In hindsight, this is one of the easiest bets, easiest picks. This line could not have been more off. It could not have been more off, dude. I'm sorry. This was, what do they call it? I've heard some people say it recently. The mush of the week. It won't Simmelsberger. Simmelsberger had his moments. I was on the record that Urosh was the side. Again, shout out to Zach and Jackie Boy and anyone else that was on Medich. He was the side. Simmelsberger was being overhyped and overplayed this week too. But I think that people actually moved the fucking line on DeLima. I think that this was the actual like echo chamber, fucking hive mind bet / pick. That was DeLima. And the people that did, y'all need to just like realize that, dude, I've heard people try and justify this and say that DeLima was a good bet in hindsight. Shut the fuck up. Take the fucking L. DeLima was never going to beat this man. DeLima had never faced anyone that hit this hard. And look at that technique. That was not fucking lucky. I don't care what Lewis said. It was hilarious. He was like, I'm going to just throw some bullshit and see what happened. And it did. It hit. But like, it sounds hilarious, but that's a proper fucking jumping switch knee. Look at that. Isn't it funny too? Lewis, as big of a puncher as he is, and as much as he has this reputation as this like brutish brawler, when he goes to throw kicks or knees, he's like surprisingly like graceful and dexterous and like throws it with really good technique. It's so funny, man. Like it's such like a contrast of what you would think. Like he like his like hip dexterity and mobility is like just maybe that's why his get up game is so good. His hips are so fucking like fucking like flexible, dude. Look at that shit. That won't no fucking he blocked it and nah, man. That is clean. So I don't care if he did say it was some bullshit. That is a textbook, perfectly thrown, perfectly executed flying knee. And then it's just Black Beast from that point on. So yeah, fucking suck that. All you fucking like wannabe smart guys fucking mushing DeLima. I like that term. I don't know who started that, but that's the fucking mush. DeLima was the mush. That was a levels fight. And I've seen people like try and explain that, oh, you know, can happen to anyone. You're flying me, it's a meme. Meme. Yeah, try and meme away your fuck ass Delima bet. Do that shit. Meme away that fuck ass bet. Cash that Derek Lewis shit. This felt so fucking good. I was nervous, but I don't know why. I don't know why. With Derek Lewis swiftly getting rid of this fucking overrated jabroni who never really deserved a ranking in the first place. Cash that Derek Lewis free bet. Appreciate it, BetMGM. You want to keep giving these to me, that's fine with me. I've hit the last two. Keep them coming. Cash that. Cash my three-legged Motley Crew. The Motley Crew came through, dude. I'm telling you, man. Some like expendable shit. Medich, Holland, and Lewis walking together in slow motion. Looking off to the side, cracking jokes, laughing in slow motion, dapping up. Oh, yeah. That one felt good, dude. And cash the motherfucking Zhang Li, baby. It's been a little bit, dude. Been too long. But cash that motherfucker. Shout out to Aaron the Dog MMA. He puts this parlay out every week. Shout out to Zhang Li for the support he constantly shows Aaron. Appreciate everyone that's been coming over to Aaron's streams. I love doing the stream on Wednesday. Tune in this Wednesday for UFC Nashville. But yeah, man, cash the Zhang Li, baby. Let's fucking go, dude. And with that, with Derek Lewis, hey, we back, baby. Your boy's back. So, everyone, and obviously, you know, if we're cool and you were on Delima, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to, there were some big shots on fucking Delima, dude. Some big griftery type motherfuckers on Delima. Look at him. Suck that. Fucking suck it. Just suck it, Lucrative. Dudes like that, it's like, get the fuck out of here, dude. Yeah, I don't even know why I'm trying to fucking, like, yeah. The dude's still out there talking about, oh, no, I think it was a good bet. I think Delima at 170 is a good bet. I still do. It's a meme. Dude, shut up. I don't know why guys like that just can't take L's. It's like, dude, you're obviously a good capper. You obviously have success doing this. You're tracked long term. Why can't you just admit that you made a bad bet every now and then? It's like it's an ego thing. I know that's what it is, but it's still just like, fucking suck that. Get mush, motherfuckers. Not just him, but just a lot of people. I'm not trying to single him out, but like, I saw that come across the timeline. It's like, dude, shut the fuck up. Take the L. You were on Delima. It was a horrible pick. It was a horrible bet. Suck it. Fucking suck it. Let's see. I did not see the knee coming. I will say that. I did not see the knee coming, but the knockout, yeah. Yeah. God. Yeah. Gimme. As a fan, for sure. For sure. Not Delima was the trap. Delima was the fucking. Hey, dude, I'm not a big interview guy. Because fighters are to a certain degree, they have to be delusional and overconfident in themselves. But like, that's why I always take what fighters say with a little bit of a grain of salt. So I'm not always Mr. like, oh, he said this in an interview, so that's what's going to happen kind of deal. But Lewis did say that he like actually took his weight cutting seriously. He didn't just like death cut 25 pounds in 3 days, like with a starvation diet and like, you know, all these unhealthy ways of cutting weight. He actually like did it properly through the camp and like didn't really have to cut weight when he got to Salt Lake City. He was just pretty much on weight. He had his fucking six pack. I still stand by this, man. He's the fucking gatekeeper. Derek Lewis is the heavyweight gatekeeper. Lewis, that's not worried about having to like getting the title, can just sit there and another Kevin Holland type fighter. He's a fucking action fighter. If you ain't elite, he's going to knock your fucking block off. He's 38, still very serviceable age for heavyweight. I mean, what am I missing? Let's fucking go. Nice. If I was crazy, I heard one guy a year ago say DeLima might be the worst heavyweight in the UFC, and then I seen his card this weekend 4 units. I mean, it was just like cognitive dissonance. No, having a little fun. I hate that mush. I hate that mush saying what happened to just say something is retarded. Yeah. Yeah. It was just a bad bet, man. It doesn't mean you're a bad capper or like admitting that sometimes you make bad bets. I see so many like big shot handicappers do that. They're like, it's like, dude, why are you being like that when you win so much? It's like, some dudes can't take a loss, man. Always got to try and explain it away. Always got to have some caveat or no, in long term. I mean, you would understand long term that if you keep, it's like, dude, whatever. You just made a fucking bad bet. Just fucking deal with it. Whatever, man. What the fuck do I know? I have no idea. But that was awesome. Lewis, I said this all week, dude. I said this all week on multiple platforms. I said it on this channel multiple times. What was going to happen? Derek Lewis, pelvic thrust into the canvas, nodding, snarling, but I could not have foreseen the trow dropping suck it. So that's kind of just what I said to 291 in general. Fucking suck it. All the fucking big shot DeLima lovers, fucking suck that. It's retard shit to not do it. It's 1970s, 1980s retard shit. So yeah. Now, let's talk about this fight real quick, and then I've already gone way over how long I wanted the stream to be, particularly not covering the next fight. I had people crying to me about the semi-stoppage like I was the ref or something. Dude, he didn't block one of those ground and pound shots. Like, Medic also, I don't see why people would be confident if that went to the cards. Like, Medic very clearly won the second half of the second round and fucked Semi up in that. Like, he had already fucking wobbled him and dropped him. Like, he wasn't going to win this third. So it's like, just admit that Semi wasn't the side, dude. Yeah, he was more live than fucking DeLima, but just, you faded the wrong dude. Yeah, that's the thing with him to me. It's like, he's got the athleticism, clearly. He's got skills. Like, he's got power. He's got, like, he's got some intangibles for sure, but he also he's very stiff with his striking. He doesn't throw many combos. He's very limited with his toolbox as far as his striking goes. Like he's got a powerful right hand, a decent 1-2, an okay left hook, and leg kick, and that's it. He's just pretty limited. And he's just, I don't know, I just never he's just always he's another guy that's just pushing so fucking hard. It just seems like there's some nepotism with Simmelsberger. I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it. I don't know if it's the Den Thomas Maryland Connect thing. There's just some kind of nepotism with Simmelsberger where it's he's getting all these big fights. He's being hyped so much, and it's just he just looks like a middle of the road power punching jobber to me. I'm sorry. His ceiling is so fucking low to me, and people just project him out so high. I don't get it. I don't fucking get it. The guy lost to Chaos Williams and Alex Morono, and fucking people think he's gonna I don't get it. I don't understand it. Now, let me get through this fight as quick as I can so I can savor this fucking main event. As I said earlier in the stream, I will now circle back around to it. I did not watch this fight live. I saw it taking place, but I wasn't really watching it. Boys, was this co-main event snoozer of the night? Because other than Jan threatening with the submission in the first round, Pereira had one kind of moment in the second. There wasn't a ton of action. This was kind of a lame ass fight, dude. I'm sorry. I think people need to kind of admit to themselves that this fight kind of fucking sucked. How can anybody watch this fight and be impressed with either one of those motherfuckers? People that talk shit about Magomed Ankalaev and he's kind of he's doesn't really maximize his shit. What did Alex Pereira and Jan Blachowicz do in that fight? Even if you think, look, I went back and watched it. I can see scoring it for Pereira, but even if you did, it was by about the thinnest of fucking margins. And I can definitely make a case for Jan Blachowicz winning. You can low-key make a case for Jan Blachowicz barely winning the second and third rounds too in 30-27 Jan. What did Pereira really do? He didn't even really hurt Jan that bad. He had Jan turtled up against the fence, but he wasn't really that wobbled. And that was all Pereira did in the second round. Jan won 4 minutes of the second round. And I just don't know what head, if you want to say Pereira won, I'm fine with it, but I was not impressed whatsoever with either one of these motherfuckers. Jan is now 40. He looks slower than a motherfucker, and he was still cracking Pereira. Maybe it was the altitude. I don't fucking know. But there were some other fighters that did not have a problem with the altitude. Euros Med shouldn't have a problem with the altitude. A dude that has gassed in fights before. So, fucking lame ass fight, dude. This was the snoozer of the night to me. Now that I think about it, I was going to say it was Miranda Priscilla, but nah, Miranda actually put a stamp on it. But this was lame, dude. And I just I understand why people thought Jan won. Honestly. What did Pereira really do in the third round that Jan didn't do? I thought it was very competitive. And you can say, yeah, he didn't do much with the takedown, but what did Pereira really do on the feet that Jan wasn't doing? I thought it was close. I thought it was really close. I thought the second round was really close. I thought the third round was really close. Jan dominated the first round. Yeah, I think look, dude, I think there's a case for a little bitching about a robbery. I'm not going to spend too much time bitching about it because I thought that fight fucking sucked. And I think they're fucking doing Magomed Ankalaev so fucking dirty. They're just putting the fuck to him, dude. And it really pisses me off. So I'm going to move on. But like, yeah, this was lame. This fight was lame. These performances were lame. Pereira is being pushed, clearly. They're clearly fast tracking every fight the dude has been in has either been a title fight or a quote unquote title eliminator. Like, dude, Magomed, he beat Jan. He was smashing Jan and looked more dominant against Jan than fucking Pereira did. Let's just be real. Jan was cracking Pereira on the feet. I think Alex Pereira, like, yeah, he's a bad matchup for Adesanya. I think he's going to get fucked up, dude. I think Pereira's a little overrated. Jan's 40. I was not impressed by him whatsoever. Fuck that fight, dude. That fight was gay. I agree. If CJ and Retardor didn't happen. I don't think it was clear whatsoever. I do not think it was clear. I don't see how you could really say, like, the second round, if you want to say, I just don't think Jan was hurt that bad. If he did, it was barely. Can y'all honestly say y'all were impressed with Pereira? Can anybody look me in the avatar, look me in the Derek Lewis suck it avatar, and tell me that y'all were impressed with Alex Pereira? Do y'all think Alex Pereira would beat Ankalaev based on that performance? Who do you think would win versus Magomed Ankalaev and Alex Pereira? He didn't drop 3. That's bullshit. He won the first round. Soundly, nah. I don't think so. Jack, I know how you do with your bets and stuff, but there's no need. Pereira looked like shit. Like, I don't necessarily like think it's crazy to say Pereira won, but to act like he dominated, that's a bad faith argument, and I won't stand for it. No, he looked like shit. Now, y'all answer me. Answer my fucking question. Do y'all think that Pereira would beat Ankalaev based off that performance? No, I disagree. I don't think clearly it was a split. So clearly my fucking dick. But whatever. Now, enough about all that. Enough. You two in my office. I watched Lock Stock yesterday, dude. I'm sorry. I'm a little guy Richied out right now. Whatever it is, it should be enough to send you on a cooking course. You must be Eddie, JD's son. And you must be Harry. Sorry, didn't know your father. I always love that little comeback, dude. He tried to sun him. Oh, I know your father. He's like, well, I don't know yours, you old fuck. Um, yeah, man. Yeah, Lock, Stock is the best Guy Ritchie movie, low key. Where am I at? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Now I remember. Now I remember. I was about to forget about this gay ass fight and move on to a fucking sick one. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Yeah, Snatch is a close second for me, but Lock, Stock is a bit of a comfort movie. Yeah. Again, do y'all think Pereira would be Uncle Live based off that performance? The success that Uncle Live had against Young grappling, do y'all think he wouldn't have that success against Pereira? He gets out grappled by Young. He gonna get out grappled by Magomed. Probably get smashed and subbed. All right. Let's move on. Let's just clear the taste of that fucking whack ass fucking God. The state of 205 right now. God, it is in turmoil. It is in just a state of fucking disarray, boys. But I tell you what'll wash the taste out. I tell you what'll make it all right. I'll tell you what cleared the taste of Spence versus Bud out of my mouth. Not completely, but it this balanced it out, dude. This balanced it out. Who's the bad motherfucker now? Who's the baddest hombre now? Who's the tough guy now? Who got caught this time? What did I fucking tell y'all? Told y'all. And I'm going to say that I told y'all before a lot of people did. I know I wasn't the only one on Justin Gaethje. Bro Picks was on Justin Gaethje. Even Jackie Boy got to the window late. But I've been telling people that he was going to do this to Poirier. I've been told people he was going to stop Dustin. Where do I start? Where do I begin? Revenge is a dish best served cold. And Justin was cold as ice. Let's talk about the background to this fight. They had their first meeting. Let's talk about that first meeting. I did not go back and watch the fight in its entirety. I've watched it a lot over the last few years. But you can make a case, pretty strong case actually, that Dustin Poirier won the first two rounds. Gaethje pretty handily won the third. He really started to fuck Dustin's leg up in the third round. He cracked him in the third round too, kind of stunned him. And then the beginning of the fourth round happens, and Dustin catches him. God, somebody's hollering outside. Shut the fuck up. Someone's like, ooh. Dude, Justin got caught. He got caught in the 4th round. Poirier drilled him with his fucking straight left hand, and that was the beginning of the end. A little bit of an early stoppage, if you ask me. Just saying. A little bit of an early stoppage. And I have had, since that time, I have had to hear for 5 fucking years. And I had to hear it all this week, and I had to listen. And again, if this, I'm not talking about guys like Boston Nick. Boston Nick is a real one. He is a true blue Dustin Poirier fan. He legitimately supports the dude. He has trained at ATT, where Poirier's at. I'm not talking about Nick. I'm not talking about other genuine Dustin Poirier fans. I respect them riding with their dude. I'm not talking about them. If it don't imply, let it fly here. But I had to hear for 5 fucking years about how Dustin is the better fighter, about how he's the cleaner boxer, about how he's just better technically. He's tough. This is what really pissed me off. The Dustin is tougher argument. That's what I knew was bullshit, and that's what came to fruition here. So, tough shit. You can say Dustin got caught. Goddamn right he got caught. That's what happened to Justin the first time too. So all this bullshit about, oh, Justin's chinny. Justin's chinnier than Poirier. Take a look at their fucking records and tell me who's got more knockout losses. Justin got TKO'd by Alvarez. Or Justin got TKO'd by Alvarez and Poirier. Dustin be getting slept in his KO losses. Dustin's chinnier than Justin Gaethje. Period. I fucking told y'all that in the build up to this fight. I said Justin Gaethje is tougher. Justin Gaethje is more of a dog. Justin Gaethje is the one that got caught. And Dustin gonna get caught this time. Gaethje is the one that improved more. Dustin was always an elite fighter. He did not improve though. Dustin has just been on that high level for a few years now. Justin is the one that had to elevate his game. And boy, did he ever. So I'm not going to listen to any bullshit about, oh, Dustin's still better. He just got caught. Bullshit. Justin now has 3 knockout losses. KO, motherfucker. Get slept, Dusty. So bullshit, Dustin Poirier's tougher. Bullshit. Gaethje's the tough guy. Gaethje's the bad motherfucker. He's the bad hombre. Told y'all that, dude. I told y'all. Dustin beat a washed version of Conor and still got buzzed. He got buzzed by Chandler. He went to war with Dan Hooker. Went to war with him. So I knew what fucking time it was when these guys matched up. It was Justin's time. People went against their own arguments. They did. They would talk out of both sides of their mouth. They'd be like, oh, this is it was almost like an obligatory, oh, this is a 50-50. It could go either way. Each time these guys fight, it could be different. But I'm still going to pick Poirier by this. I'm still going to pick Poirier. Corny. Literally going against what you like, talking out of both sides of your mouth at the same time. Again, I respect the true blue Dustin Poirier fans for riding with their dude. I'm not talking about them. Talking about all the bad faith actors out there. They tried to act like Poirier was levels above Gaethje, that he hadn't been getting hurt in every fucking fight, that he didn't get slept by Michael Johnson, that he didn't get knocked out by Conor McGregor, that he didn't go to war with Dan the high-end jobber hooker, tooth and nail, almost get put out of there by Chandler. Dustin's a phony ass motherfucker too. This was just this whole thing, and I'm gonna get to the fight itself, but I just want to get this out of the way. This whole like process, the build up to this fight, the fight itself, the aftermath, it is just a microcosm of why I just don't like Dustin Poirier. Because of course, what does he do at the post-fight press conference? Talking in these fucking inspirational sound bites, and then immediately just like getting on Twitter and telling Chandler, shut your bitch ass up. It's like Chandler didn't even say anything to you. All he said was, Justin Gaethje, great performance. Look like you need a worthy adversary for the bad motherfucker belt. And Dustin takes that as some like slight. It's like, he's so petty, and like, I don't have a problem with fighters being cocky. I don't. In fact, I like that. I like that. I like fighters talking shit. It's entertaining. What I don't like though is like fighters that are like sniveling shits like Dustin when they win and take all these fucking sneak disses. And then when they lose, they turn into Mother Teresa, like the shining like beam of humility, and like, I just want to be an inspiration to the masses. You know, when you win like a man, you got to be able to lose like a man too. It's like, he is the most smug, like self-satisfied motherfucker. I cannot stand Dustin Poirier. I just have never liked that motherfucker, dude. And this felt so fucking good. Dude, Justin Gaethje is the nice motherfucker. Everyone always talks about Dustin Poirier being this like, oh, he's so humble. Bullshit. He's humble when he has to be in defeat, when he's forced to be. When he wins, like I said, when Poirier wins, he's a sniveling shit. When he loses, he's the salt of the earth, like, again, talking in these like inspirational quotes and sound bites. It just makes me sick. It makes me fucking sick. Justin is the real one. Justin Gaethje is the genuine article. Dustin Poirier is phony baloney. Justin Gaethje is the real deal. Dustin the kind of dude talks shit about you behind your back. Gaethje's the dude to tell you that shit to your face. Now, enough about all that. Let's talk about this fight. Let's talk about what actually happened in the fight. First round, they come out. I'm going to take another toke. First round, they come out. If you want to give Dustin the first round for wobbling Justin, that's fine. That's fair. But it was a competitive first round. And Justin actually landed the head kick twice in the first round. The same one he ended up knocking him out with, he landed it twice in the first round. And Dustin, like, he would like half block it. So he had already been setting it up. So the first round, yeah, I think it's fair to give it to Dustin. He did rock Justin. He put Justin on skates. And that's, you know, I'm a big damage is king, and like he cut Justin open. And yeah, Justin definitely had his moments in the first round, but giving the first round to Dustin is fine. Dustin rocked him. And I'll be honest with you, when that happened, I was like, oh my God, here we go again. Here we fucking go again. Now, second round. I'm telling you, there's something in the air in Salt Lake City. You could hear Cormier talking about Dustin, and because there were these Poirier chants, Poirier, Poirier, in the second round, right? Even though, we're in Justin's neck of the woods, Mountain West, Southwest. Justin's from Stafford, Arizona. He lives in Colorado. Those are way closer to his people than fucking swamp rats. But everyone, yes, I understand the wins over Conor did elevate Dustin's star. That's fine. It's true. But how perfect is it? How fitting that Cormier is just like going on and on about Dustin. You have those fights with Conor, man. It really elevates your level. That with his skills, Dustin Poirier is a bona fide star. And then you hear Anik say, now the Gaethje crowd being heard, like you hear like, there was clearly some Gaethje faithful there. Like you hear Gaethje. And then you hear Anik say, Justin Gaethje crowd being heard from now, and then boom. Headshot dead. Kill shot. Let's talk about the fucking knockout itself. It's actually a very, I wouldn't say common, but it is a well-known setup. It's used a lot in traditional martial arts. It's used a lot in karate do point fighting. It is used in kickboxing. It's been implemented in MMA. It gets used in Muay Thai. It is a foundational, very effective combo. I love throwing this combo in sparring. I use this combo in sparring. I used it in belt tests. I remember, I've talked about this dude before. This fucking Ukrainian black belt used to beat my fucking ass. He got really pissed at me because I fucking head kicked this dude during a belt test. He was like this brown belt that I should have been taking it more easy on. He was just this like nerdy dude. And I was going a little too hard on him. And this Ukrainian dude, Mike, got really pissed at me for it. But dude, I love this combo. It is a very it's been around for a minute because it's so fucking effective. You blind someone with the punches and then you throw a kick on the same side. Because a lot of people defensively, they're used to blocking one side and then blocking the other. Like when people throw combos, a lot of people will go left hand, right hand, left hand, right. You know what I mean? The same side combo is very effective because there's usually not enough time to block the same side twice. You're either expecting it to come from the left or you're not expecting a second one on the same side. So just people have a hard time instinctively just blocking the same side twice. It's why left hook to the body, left hook upstairs works a lot in boxing. I'm just saying. This combo is very effective, and that's why it worked here. Justin threw the right cross out, and it blinded Poirier. He threw it right before he threw the kick. So he blinds Poirier with the right cross. Everyone's saying that Dustin blocked. Oh, he blocked it and still knocked him out. He didn't block it. He did not get his hand up to block it. Dustin got his hand up to his temple. And you can see there, Justin, I'm going to change this right now. He didn't kick him in the head. Kick that boy in the neck. That's a neck kick. Look at the impact. Look at where he's impacting him. You cannot put your hand up to your fucking temple or the side of your head. Do that right now. Everyone put their hand up. Just take your fucking hand, take your left hand and put it up to the side of your face. Put it up to your fucking ear and see if that's covering your neck. I'm gonna tell you right now, it ain't. He didn't block shit. He got neck kicked clean. Oh, he still got through the guard and blocked it. Bullshit. He didn't block shit. He is, man. And let me just make something clear too. I'm not saying Dustin is a piece of shit person. I'm not. I'm sure he's a great father. I'm sure he's a good husband. I'm not talking about him as a human being or a father or a husband. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about him as a dude, as a bro, as a fighter, as like just another dude. Just ain't my cup of tea. Ain't my comes off like a douchebag. That's all I'm saying. I'm not talking about him as like his character is like I know that he takes care of his family. I'm sure that he's a great father and a good husband to his wife. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about like he just comes across to me as a disingenuous douchebag. Someone that would sneak diss you, you know what I'm saying? Like he's just kind of a prick. Justin is the nice guy. Justin is the nice, humble, just kind of bro. Justin seems to me like the kind of dude you want to have a couple brews with. You want to kick back and talk shit, play a game of pool with. That's all I'm saying. Dude, on the mic, Dustin is AIDS on the mic. He is, dude. He is so cringy to listen to. It's like, Dustin, dude, stop trying to inspire people. Just take the L and shut the fuck up. Seriously, man. Justin is the bad motherfucker and the nice motherfucker. Let me see if I have a fucking. I had a couple fucking avatars where it was like Justin embracing Poirier like multiple times. And just like, have you ever heard like Justin? And I know it just sounds like I'm kissing Justin's ass, but give me my fucking moment, man. He's my favorite fighter. He just got his fucking revenge. I don't think Justin gets enough credit for the fighter that he is and for like the dude that he is. Everyone goes on and on about Poirier. He's a real one. I just love Dustin. He's such a great dude. He's such a great guy. Nah, Justin is who people think Poirier is. He's the genuine article. He's the humble working class dude, like family. Like I'm not saying Dustin is a family man, so maybe that's not the right thing, but like he's just comes across as like more authentic. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, this was tough, man, because like I had so many avatars for Gaethje. I had so many angles of the head kick, but I think that's the best one to just really illustrate like he didn't really get head kicked. He got neck kicked. And like no people are like, oh well, Dustin didn't like block it with both hands. He didn't even block it with one hand. You didn't. Where Justin made impact, no part of Dustin's hand or arm blocked that. It was just residually Justin's shin banged against Dustin's arm. People are like, he blocked it. No, he didn't. That's why he went down. He blocked the first two. He didn't block the third one. And people pointed out it's because he got hit right in the face. He got hit in the face right before that. And so he's like, oh, I got to get my guard up. And then it was like the kick's coming. He's like, oh, wait, I got to get it back. Bam. Justin is like, look, The BMF title is Fugazi. You could tell that Justin was kind of like, oh, this is kind of cool, I guess. He was more accepting of it than the interim title. But like Justin is the nice motherfucker. Justin is the real motherfucker. He's the bad motherfucker. Hey, if you want to say that title's corny, if you want to say it's Fugazi, that's fine with me. But who got it? Who got it? Who run it? Who run it? Who run it? Gaethje. So it ain't no more Dustin's the better fighter. Bull fucking shit. It's 1-1, ho. The record is 1-1, motherfuckers. Dustin now has more knockout losses than Gaethje. And Justin now has the better record since their first fight. So who's the better fighter now? The dude that beat a washed Connor twice and got rocked by him? A dude that almost got put out by Chandler? Or the dude that beat the dog shit out of Chandler, the dude that beat the dog shit out of Fiziev, and the dude that head kicked Dusty into the fucking Shadow Realm? Who's the better fighter now, motherfuckers? Who's that dude now? But like I said, if we're being real about it, the bad motherfucker is Islam Makhachev. Let's just call a spade a spade. Charles Oliveira put a whooping on Dustin and Justin. As much as I love my dude Gaethje, so let's the bad motherfucker is corny. Diaz, Masvidal, Dustin. As much as I love Gaethje, nah, that's just the bad motherfucker is so disrespectful to the champion. I can't even begin to tell you. It is the most fugazi, like bullshit, desperate, like marketing desperation. It reeks of like corporatism and capitalism and just yeah, it's fucking whack. But who got it? Who got it? You get a bottle. You get a bottle. You get a bottle. Oh, I love it. Ooh, Jackie boy, I've been telling you, dude, Gaethje's revenge tour. I like to see the Olives rematch back. And hey, they did say this. I will now that we're kind of on the subject, now that we're kind of like looking into the future, I will say this. You ask Chandler who hits the hardest. He says Dustin. I think that's cap because Dustin was the last. It looks better for Chandler to say that Dustin hits harder because that's the last dude to get the victory over him. If he says it's think about it like this. If you ask Chandler who hits harder between Dustin and Justin, before this fight, if he had said Gaethje, then it would have looked like the dude that hit him less hard even still beat him. So, of course, he's going to say Poirier. But I think Chandler's capping. Ask Charles Oliveira who hits harder. DC even said it during the fight. They asked Charles Oliveira who's the hardest dude he's ever been hit by. He says Justin Gaethje. He said Gaethje hurt him every time he punched him. Dude, you can look back and see that Chandler was getting hurt worse by Justin Gaethje than Poirier. What happened against Poirier is he almost knocked him the fuck out and then he gassed. He almost got Poirier up out of there. He never got Justin up out of there. Like, he rocked him once, but Justin even came back and kind of won that round. So, like, I thought Justin had the more impressive performance against Chandler. I thought he looked great against Fiziev. And going into this fight, Justin had clearly improved more to me. It wasn't to say that Dustin is a bad fighter. And let me make something clear. Dustin could end up beating Justin again. I'm still on the, like, these guys are pretty evenly matched. A different thing could happen every time they fight. That's why I didn't get that people were so adamant that it was just going to be history repeating. It's like, you just made an argument for Gaethje and then win against it. How do that make sense? What's that? It's like, all right. You just like Made a contrarian statement with your own argument. Wild, man. But yeah, I loved everything about this. This was, honestly, dude, like I said, this was kind of like a godsend because if Spence had lost the way he lost and then Justin had gotten knocked out again, I don't even know if I'd be streaming today. I might still be sulking for real because I'm still like, there's a part of my brain that is compartmentalized off and is just like pain. Spence, pain. Crying, pain. Wojak. You know what I'm saying? So I really needed this. Look at that fucking follow-up, dude. That's a bad motherfucker. So yeah. The Gaethje Revenge Tour starts now. There's room on board for all of you, but you better jump on quick because the seats are filling fast. I repeat, the Justin Gaethje Revenge Tour train is getting fired up. Coal getting shoveled into that motherfucker, boys, and the engines are running. The pistons are firing. The shit is getting up to steam, building up steam. All aboard for the Gaethje Revenge Tour train. Touring the country, boys, for that get back. That Chucky Olives get back. Hey. Gaethje against Makhachev? Does Chucky Olives get his revenge? Is Chucky Olives going to get his revenge? And then we get the Gaethje Chucky Olives rematch for the belt. Because Justin is next in line. Justin should not have to take another. I'm sorry. Dustin pulled this where he was like, no, I'm paid in full. I paid my dues. I'm getting the next title shot. I think Justin can say that again now. He beat Chandler, Fiziev, and Poirier. Who else? Like, Olives is getting his rematch. I think he deserves it. Believe me, I'm not shitting on Charles. Charles is that dude. Much respect. You say Charles Oliveira, I say, what did Poton say about Adesanya and the other dudes that he respected? Guerreiro. Isn't that the warrior in Portuguese? Guerreiro. Charles Guerreiro, warrior. I hope he gets the belt. I'm hoping Charles wins. I'm probably still going to pick Islam, unfortunately. I know I'm kind of a bitch for that, but I'm hoping Charles wins. And I might, if Charles, the thought of Charles as an underdog versus Islam. I mean, I know, dude. I know how, dude. I am a lot higher on Islam than some people are. I think he is that dude, but it's going to be tempting to bet Charles as an underdog. But I will be rooting for Charles Oliveira. I don't know if I'm going to pick him or bet him. I don't know. I might just pass on that. I might just sit back and watch what happens because it's going to be the main event of 294, I think. And I just, Lord of mercy. But yeah, I will be rooting for Chuck because I want that get back. Justin sat him down twice. I think there's a time that Justin could clip him and he don't get up, where he just goes out. Chandler had his chance. Poirier hurt him. Justin hurt him. Like, that's what makes Charles so awesome is he's vulnerable in spots too, but he's just so lethal in other spots that if he's the one that gets his shit off first, he's going to get it done. Because Charles, Gaethje, and I would say Makhachev, they're all pretty ruthless finishers. Look what Justin did when he had Dusty hurt. Look at that follow-up hammer fist. Look at how awkward of a fucking position Justin's in, but still just perfectly lands it. Bounce Dusty's head right off the canvas. Because you could see, like, Herb got there, and how about Herb Dean? Unintentionally, mind you. But how about Herb Dean dropping the people's elbow on Dustin? He kind of inadvertently bounced Dusty's head off the canvas too. He ended up like kind of dropping an elbow on Dusty's chest. He didn't mean to, man. God bless Herb Dean for that one, dude. I give Herb a hard time. He got there as quick as he could. I'm sure Herb's knees aren't the best. He used to fight too. He's, I'm just busting balls. I've shit enough on Herb Dean. I'm not inadvertently people's elbow Dusty, trying to save his life. But you could see, because Dustin went down, he wasn't out cold, but he was just so vulnerable. He was like in a vegetative state, where he's conscious, but just not really like moving that much, and just completely vulnerable. Like one or two more of those, and he would have gone out completely. And there just wasn't no need for that. It was, and honestly, like, Justin wasn't out. He did not actually get knocked out cold against Poirier. Certainly not against Poirier. He wasn't even knocked out against Alvarez. He was just stunned very badly and about to get knocked out. But like, Justin is tough, dude. He's just a little more durable than Dustin. When Dustin goes down, he just goes down worse. Like, Justin will drop to his knees. The knee from Alvarez put Justin on his knees, and then it got waived. But he was still like grabbing on. He was like, no, please. And it's like, nah, it's over. Same thing in the second one. He was like, no, please. And he's like, nah, I've seen enough. I don't think either of them were bad stoppages. I think they were both just stoppages, but he's just a little bit tougher, a little bit more durable. Look at that head of his, dude. Look at that noggin on Justin Gaethje. Thing's hard to completely crack. He gets wobbled, he gets hurt, he gets stopped, but he does not get knocked out. Dustin gets knocked out. Dustin goes down way worse. Like, he goes down. Johnson knocked him unconscious. Justin was about to knock him unconscious. So that's another reason I picked Gaethje, is like, despite the stoppage loss to Dustin, he's just a little tougher to me, dude. He's just a little bit more leather bound. And now, who has more knockout losses? Who's better now? Who's the bad motherfucker now? There you go. There you go. It's putting the bigger head theory to the test, gathering data. Ain't that what it's about, Noah? You keep testing it and testing it and testing it and testing it and testing it. Record the data, test it some more. Get it peer reviewed, test it some more. Multiple peer reviews. Journals. I'm just saying stuff. Herb hates Dustin. But let's fucking go, man. That's how I was feeling after this. Justin Gaethje backflip is a mood. This avatar right here, that's a whole mood for me, man. That's how I was. Over the moon for Justin. So happy for him. I'm glad that he's getting vindicated, that he's now getting the credit that he truly deserves. Because everyone was so, not everyone, but you know what I'm saying. People were so uppity about that Poirier loss. It was just such a smug, like, oh, well, he's got the win over Justin. He's got the stoppage win over Justin. Which one, like who put the bigger stamp on it? I'm sorry. This fight was not as competitive as the first one. Dustin had to come back in the first one. I mean, yeah, you can say Gaethje got wobbled in the first round, but that was a very competitive first round. Like, I wouldn't say that like Gaethje necessarily had to come back. Like, he rocked Poirier at the end of the first round, so he had already kind of come back. Like, Dustin really had to kind of like pull the first fight out of his ass because his legs were fucked up. It wasn't going to take too many more. Like, Dustin's face was busted up. His legs were fucked up. Like, people forget. People really wanted to act like that first fight wasn't competitive, and Dustin just dominated him. People really went with that narrative. They're like, well, Dustin was just clearly superior in the first one. It's like, no, it was very competitive and he got caught. This one was less competitive and Dustin got caught. I think right now as it stands, Gaethje's better. But like I said, I'm not totally like Justin is levels above Poirier. No, I just think right now he's better. If they fight again, a different thing could happen. I think they probably will end up fighting each other again. If Poirier don't retire first. He's the one that's always got these big plans, these big announcements. I have to let the world know what I'm doing. He's just, he's so fucking self-important, fucking Poirier. So, yeah, he just gotta, anyway. War Justin Gaethje. That felt so good. That was so fucking satisfying. So let's wrap it all up, gents. Shout out to the people that have come through. Boys, it seems like we just got to peak out at 7. My goal is always 10. Can't always get that in the middle of the day. People do have jobs. People have lives. I understand that. And I don't pay for shit. I don't pay to have people that I don't know or random, like, people that are paid to come to my channel. I don't do none of that. It just is what it is. It's just an organic channel, as Aaron the Dog MMA likes to say. Speaking of organic channels, Aaron the Dog MMA, subscribe to his channel, check him out. Tune in throughout the week, man, because Aaron not only covers UFC, but Bellator, LFA. He is known as the LFA Whisperer around these parts. PFL, other organizations. Check him out. But yeah, Aaron's got an organic channel. This is an organic channel. We did hit 250. Someone unsubscribed. I don't know if it was a real subscription or not, but someone unsubscribed. Now we're at 249. Unfortunate, but I do appreciate the recent subscriptions. I want to organically grow this channel to monetization. That is my long-term goal. So I appreciate the support. And this was a great week for your boy. Cash that fucking Gaethje plus 120. If you got Gaethje at anything over plus 120, Leo clap, GIF. Jackie boy, I think, you say you got Gaethje at plus 125, right? That's sick. So yeah, let's put a stamp on it, dude. And let me put some more tropical runts in my chill. Yeah, this one felt good. This one felt right. Thank you to everyone that supports me in this channel, because we're fucking back, boys. It's been a long 2023, but we are fucking back again. Stayed the course. Didn't get discouraged. Trusted my fucking instincts, dude. This fucking card was not a tape study card whatso motherfucking ever. I did not watch one goddamn second of Matthew Simmelsberger or Urosh Medic tape. Well, that's not true. I watched I went back and rewatched the Medic highlights of knocking out Morales and some others. So that's not completely true. But I didn't watch no fucking full fights with Medic, Simmelsberger. I didn't watch shit with Luis de Lima. I didn't watch a goddamn thing with Holland and Chiesa. And if I tape studied Gaethje and Poirier before I made that bet, please. Most of the success that I've had in the short time that I've been gambling has been instincts, boys. Trust in my motherfucking instincts. My previous knowledge for years and years and years of watching fights with a close eye. This fight was all primal instincts. Could feel these fucking winners in my guts. Had a great week of predictions. Went 10-1. Second week in a row where I've been top 100 in the world. And there were way more people that made picks for this card on Tapology. There were like over 6,000 people that put in votes. And I was like number 73. If Jan had won that, who knows? But yeah, still pretty fucking good. I'll take 700 points on Tapology any fucking day. Also, I said it earlier in the stream, but big shout out to the boys at Pub Sports Radio. Shout out to Jeff Slaughter. Shout out to Big Show, Nikki Elbows, Mills, Billy, all the dudes over there, Danny. Shout out to those guys, man. Liam. Shout out to Pub Sports Radio. Again, shout out to Slaughter for putting on this contest every week. I think that's a great thing that he does. For people that are just over there, that are part of the pub community, I think that's just a great way to have some fun. Like, it's punters in the chat, dude. It's punters, degenerates, handicappers, dudes that like to go in there, get some action on the fights, have a good time with the boys. So I think that's a great way to keep that going and like keep people involved. And yeah, man, I appreciate it. Slaughter for putting on the contest. The boys for having me on the podcast. I appreciate it, man. And yeah, I did. I'm not trying to toot my own horn. I guess I kind of am, but I did say I was going to get that second stripe. I've been saying it for like 20 fucking weeks now. I haven't won since January, but I did predict that I was going to win again. And yeah, that one felt really good. So shout out to them again. Big up to PSR. And thanks again for having me on the podcast, boys. It was a good time. Real good time. Got cottonmouth real fucking bad, too. So yeah, that was a real nice cherry on top. So yeah, I think with 3 wins, you get a black belt on the contest board. Got a brown belt with 2 stripes now. So yeah, great week of predictions. Killed it with picks. They were so fucking good. It was good enough to win the contest again. Shout out to Pub Sports Radio. And boys, we are fucking back. We're back. Even little old 2 cents. Even a little shit talking. Talks a lot, but doesn't bet a ton of money. Even me. Even I won fucking money. And you know what? It may not be a lot, but I'm back up for the year too. Even I've managed to take a little something off the bookies this year. Get everything back that I bet and give me a little something extra. And I ain't losing it this time. God damn it. I'm going to win again next week, too. I'm going to win again at UFC Nashville. So what I'm going to do for the rest of the day is chill, look at the card, kind of clear my head, take a look at it, start to really see how I would line these fights. Then tomorrow, I'm going to look at the bookies' lines and then maybe pull a trigger or two. God damn. You all right? A lady in there hacking up a fucking lung. Clean that damn water out. I know what she's going to say. I'll go in there too. She'd be like, this water is terrible. It's like, yeah, why didn't you fucking clean it out? Always clean the bong water out, boys. Taking hits through dirty bong water is the quickest way to fucking just cough your ass off. But yeah, we're back, gents. I am a little tiny little piker punter, but even my little fucking ass got over in bookies a little bit. So shout out to the Dome. Shout out to the community. I know a lot of the boys at PSR killed it. The Dome destroyed the bookies, dude. And like I said, even my little fucking ass contributed a little bit. So let's fucking go. Cheers, boys. Cheers to getting one over on the man. Gaethje and Lewis is a dog. Get the fuck out of here, dude. I'm stupid. I ain't that fucking stupid, though. Dude, that is so funny. Classic, dude. Classic meta moment. It would have been a great parlay piece at even odds. I remember what happened the last time I faced someone who had beaten only Omar Morales. Yep. Smart, dude. Talk yourself into it. Appreciate it, General. Hey, dude, shout out to you and your leadership. Steadfast dedication to the Dome. Dude, our group chat really did fuck up the bookies. I'm not trying to make too much of a point about that, but woo, we killed that shit, dude. Giga, Duncan, Eurosh. Yeah, man. Got it done, dude. Another dub. Felt really good. Champions in the Dome. Let's fucking go, baby. Yep, pub champ once again. I know, dude. It scares me. I don't like what it does to me. I don't like what it does to the people that I love. I've seen it ruin people's lives that I care deeply about right in front of my face. So yeah, it does scare me. It's poison. Poison scares me. Call me crazy. Man-made poison. Yeah, I am scared of it. Thank you for pointing that out. I got a healthy fear of it. I know, couldn't stay away, man. I mean, I got to give him this. He's got good taste. He knows good content when he sees it. I can't keep people away. I can't be like, you can't come to my channel. Like, you want to come, as long as you keep it respectful. I don't, calling me a coward. I don't like that. But I mean, when it comes to alcohol, it's true. I don't like it. I've abused it before. I've watched, like I said, people I deeply care about and love. I've seen it ruin their lives. So yeah, fuck that shit. No, nah, man. People that are responsible with it. I'm not talking about responsible drinkers. I'm just talking about the abuse. Oh, yes. Yes, the pasty vampire will be judged by a jury of his peers. Yes, that was my second dub. I'm going for 3. Hell, I'm going for 5. I just want my black belt. So I think you get a black belt if you win it 3 times. Pretty sure Nick's won it 3 times. That dude Iron Eagle, hey, shout out to Iron Eagle, dude. He's kind of that dude. He's won it like 4 or 5 times. That dude's a beast predictor, man. That dude Iron Eagle, he's a member over there at Pub. He's always in the chat there. That dude can pick some fucking fights. That he's won the contest like 4 fucking times. He won it last week. I was nipping on his heels, but yeah, I got it done this week. And he said it was funny, dude. Shout out to him. He said in the chat, he was like, "I got the belt since you come see me and you want to." I was like, "All right, I'm not quite there yet, and I'll be ready. I'm not even gonna talk shit right now and call out Iron Eagle. I need a little bit more. This is one of those like, who do you want next? Whoever Pub wants to give me. That's I'll take whoever they give me. That's not up to me. It's up to them. So I'll just split it like that. But shout out to him. Yes, indeed, dude. Nicky Elbows, Boston Nick, that was in here earlier. He has won it. Nick is good competition too, man. Nick has won it more than me. He's won it like 3 or 4 times. Nick, dude. I've said this before. Boston Nick is a good predictor. He's an underrated predictor, dude. He doesn't get enough credit for that. Yeah, Elon is on my shit list right now. The pasty vampire is on my fucking shit list. Iron Eagle is a fight predicting ass motherfucker. All right. Had to take care of something real quick. Indeed. There's nothing wrong with having if you can't handle it, and it is like it is a disease for some people. But some people ain't no big thing. Just drink casually, go out, have a drink or 2, be fine. Live normal. I'm not talking about them. It's something that gets too easily abused to me. And it's like I could go on about that. It's not like, but it's just that's just how I feel about it. Me personally. Oh, he's more than that. He is more than that. I'm not gonna put up with that weirdo shit. I'm not gonna handle it. Like it's like you try and be cool. You try and just be civil or whatever, and it's just like nah. Just got that nah. I don't know why I thought he could be normal or not on some weirdo shit, but it's just that was a fool's errand. Yeah, it is. Now there's studies like wine, like red wine, a glass of red wine a couple times a week is okay for your heart because of some kind of chemical byproduct or something. I don't fucking know, but like that, even people abuse that shit too. They're like, oh, wine's good for your heart. Let me fucking crush a bottle every fucking night. But no, and like, yeah, it's a beer or 2 ain't gonna kill you. But yeah, it's something that like Yeah, it's something that definitely needs to be done in moderation, and people just look at it as this like fun, like harmless, like ha ha ha, everything's fun, a good time, and then all of a sudden, like your lives are ruined. And it's just something that people, I just, it's something that people are way too casual about, if you ask me. But anyway, I'm not going to get on my soapbox about that. And I have abused. I'm not trying to act like I'm some fucking saint. Like I've abused alcohol myself, and you know, whatever. Anyways, but yeah, no, I feel you, dude. It's there's nothing wrong with having a beer too, or like having a glass of wine. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Taking a shot in celebration of something. I'm not talking about that. For sure. Dang. Like I guess for like your job or something, or like school internship or something. I'm sure. Um, if it's something like that, that's it's unfortunate. Like especially if you're like a stoner, but I get it too. Sometimes that stuff is like way more important. I haven't smoked bud in over a month. I've been exclusively on the live resin vapes. Nice, dude. Got me a big bag of nugget. That's sick. Well, cheers, Jackie boy. I bought a nice bag of nugget yesterday. Gotcha. Yeah, yeah, lab work. Okay. Yeah, I feel you, dude. Well, it'll just be that much sweeter when you do get to like a spot that doesn't drug test you or whatever. Yeah, no, that's true. That's yeah, that is the thing. It's like if you smoke every day, you do kind of like become psychologically dependent. So like when you stop, you definitely like are irritable for the first like few days, week, couple weeks, whatever. But there's not like you just don't have the physical withdrawals. Like, dude, bad alcoholics quitting cold turkey, you can literally kill them. Like you can literally their body will go into shock. Um, but like weed, it's more just kind of like grumpy, cranky, like fuck this sucks, I want to get high. And but yeah. Yeah, oh yeah, you're right. Like the first couple weeks, that's like the worst. Indeed, man. You gotta like when it comes to your life, if it's like your livelihood, then like yeah, sometimes you just gotta put that first. Yeah, dude, for sure, man. Yeah. Woo, 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 woo. Yeah. Heard somebody say a cider a day is good, but I feel like that's dude. That is classic, dude. That is the classic, like, that is a chick thing. I'm just having a hard cider. They're good for you. Unreal. Yeah, weed is tight, dude. Weed is tight. And it's doctor prescribed. It's just, doctor's orders, boys. So, yeah, that just about does it. Wraps are all up. A pretty good story, too. Pretty good stream, man. Pretty good stream. I'll take a look at Nashville. Kind of peep out the card. Just get my general. Well, I'm clear my head. Get my kind of like general thoughts out of the way. Maybe make my lines later tonight or when I wake up tomorrow morning. And then with a clear mind and sense of purpose, look at what the bookie odds are and pull the fucking trigger. Or just use my instincts and just pull the trigger anyway, especially, Like that, I mean, that's what happened with this fight. I didn't even have. This wasn't a week where I looked at the lines first and it was like, I'm gonna make my lines and then make the bookie lines. It's like no. Like as soon as I saw Lewis as an underdog, boom. I saw Gaethje's an underdog a couple weeks before this, and it was like, yeah, if he's still there, boom, automatic. So yeah, that's it. That's the 291 recap. Way longer than I originally wanted it to be, but fucking whatever. I don't give a shit. It was fun. I said my piece. I talked my shit. I ate my crow. I'll be eating that for a good minute, man. That fucking Spence loss hurt. Thank God Justin Gaethje was there to take the sting off it. Cannot thank the highlight enough for that dude. But yeah, feels good to be a winner again, boys. It's rough, man. Being online buds with all these sharp dudes that just like kill it every week that you know are winning like hundreds and thousands of dollars. Yeah, I know that I do this for fun and it's not like I'm not as heavily invested monetarily, but it's still like I've been doing picks for a long time and it's just like it like you can't help but take a little blow to your pride when you're getting your fucking ass kicked. Especially, you're fucking talking about these fights all day with the boys and like, you know how it goes. You want to fucking win. We all want to fucking win. Don't nobody want to fucking lose. You know what I'm saying? So like, it feels good to be back. It feels good to be a winner again. Winning feels way better than losing. Been getting my fucking ass kicked in 2023, dude. Finally getting a little fucking leeway, man. Nah, Jackie boy, I'm gonna cut this one off. I thought about maybe doing a preview, but nah, I gotta get out of here. This was supposed to only be like an hour and a half long stream. That was never gonna happen, but I really wanted to cut it at 2, and now it's like we're going on 3 hours and 30 minutes. So nah, I'm gonna start moseying. Tempting, but I thought even maybe about coming back tomorrow, but now that I fucking made this a 3-hour stream, I don't know, man. The next time y'all hear from me on YouTube might be on Wednesday with my dude Aaron the dog, but we'll see. Maybe if I get a wild hair, I'll come back tomorrow, but I don't know, man. It seems like whenever I do like an impromptu stream, like fucking nobody shows up for it. The viewership has been really like down the last couple weeks, man. Like can't crack 10 to save my dick despite making the fucking thumbnail early, putting out the tweet early. It just, some of it you can't help. Some of it, it's the time of day. My channel being so small, it just gets buried. Like, I don't know. I can't even say I'm shadow banned because I don't have YouTube probably even know who the fuck I am. Like they my shit ain't fucking an algorithm. So it's like it's strictly word of mouth. And if people like, you can't make people like, I get frustrated sometimes. Like I know that most of my audience comes from the dome. So it's like I cannot thank y'all enough. Like the core group of dudes, like they come chill in my chat and kick it with me when like come from the dome. But like some people just like will not fuck with me publicly. Like they just won't. And I get it, man. I'm not everybody's cup of tea, but it's just frustrating too. It's like I know that if some of y'all that's sitting there fucking yapping away in the chat, like if just a few of y'all came in, it'd be 10 people. But it's just like whatever. Can't make people do it. But and I like the chance of getting random people coming in here, that's like next to non-existent, just because like I'm so low down in the algorithm. So that part I get, but it's like fuck, man, can like a few more people come in here? Just a couple, man. But it is what it is, dude. It is what it is. Damn, that sucks. Yeah, I just buried. Like I just cracked 250 and then one person unsubscribed. So it's like, okay. My Crow, Salvadoodoo, Tony, and Flowers. Can't really say I regret all of them that much. No. All of them hurt their opponent and gave you a chance to win. So I don't blame you for not kicking yourself. All decent bets in hindsight. Now that's the kind of thing where it's like, okay, I can see you not hating yourself for that, but it's like a bet where you just get completely wrong, and because it ended quick, you're like, no, like I was on the right side. It would have played out differently if my dude hadn't got completely obliterated in 10 seconds. It's like, whatever, dude. Nah, but I feel you on that. I feel you on that. Yep. God, that fucking Spence loss hurt. So here's the last send off. Put one in the air for Spence. Errol Spence, still my dude. One of the toughest losses I ever had to watch. One of my favorite fighters. But I gotta just tip my hat to Bud. He's just that fucking dude, man. And so, yeah, anyone that was on Crawford that I was talking shit to, well, y'all got the last laugh, and everything y'all said about me was right. So, fuck me. Dammer. But hey, dude, Gaethje, the universe just seemed to work itself out for me Saturday night. Ups and downs, strikes and gutters. How she goes. Way she goes, buddy. It's life, man. Wins and losses. He beat him like he was. Bud beat Spence like he insulted Mama Crawford. Like he pushed Bud's mom or something. And Bud was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" That's how bad he beat him. Like he did something, like he personally insulted Bud in a way that Bud just couldn't stand for. That's what it was like. That was a merciless drubbing. But man, Gaethje silencing the haters. Again, I'm not hating on the real Poirier fans. I'm talking about the Gaethje haters, the bad faith actors. Suck that. DeLima betters, unless you're someone that I'm cool with, fucking suck that. Yeah, it's weird, man. I just have to get lucky. I have to get lucky that a couple people aren't at work that normally would be, and they're like, "Oh, 2 Cents is live." That see it in the. I'm not hating on the Dome, man. I love the Dome. The Dome is the best group chat. I'm just saying, it's frustrating when you put a random, you just say some dumb shit right in the chat randomly, 20 people will see it, and then 10 minutes later I'll put the fucking link up. Nothing. It's like, I know you see that shit too. He's like, nah, I don't think so. Whatever. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, man, that Gaethje win felt so good. Talk about vindication, revenge, feeling justified, feeling validation. That's paid in full. Who's the baddest in town? Who's the baddest one now, boys? On that note, gentlemen, I'm going to wrap this up. Where's my phone? Yeah, had a good 420 with the boys. It's time, though. The toughest part for me has always been saying goodbye. But it's got to be done, man. It was a great stream. I truly want to thank everyone that came through today, everyone that's been supporting me recently. Big shout out to my dude, Aaron the Dog MMA. Appreciate him having me on his show every week. It's one of the highlights of my week. It's a great time. I hope y'all will join us there on Wednesday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Aaron and myself will be breaking down UFC Nashville. So definitely subscribe to his channel if you haven't and tune in. Also, big shout out to the boys at Pub Sports Radio. Big shout out in particular to Big Show Picks, Nikki Elbows, Mills, Billy, the proprietors of the MMA Locker Room podcast. Big shout out and thank you to them for having me on. Shout out to Jeff Slaughter for putting on the Pub Sports Radio contest. Felt fucking fantastic to win it again. Great cherry on top to the night. And yeah, Iron Eagle, Nikki Elbows, the other heavy hitters in the pub contest. I'm coming, dude. I'm coming for the strap, man. I feel the momentum building. But shout out to all those guys. I will be back in the pub, bet companion, fight companion on Saturday night, talking my shit, hopefully cashing some more bets. Shout out to the motherfucking Dome, the best group chat in the world. The sharpest group chat in the world for sure. Y'all are the shit. Shout out to the General Alex Ramirez. Always showing love and support and retweeting all my shit tirelessly. I really appreciate it. Y'all are the best, man. I will be back Friday to cover. Well, I'll get back to y'all on that. Stay tuned for that one because the Fam Bam are coming in town this weekend. I just got to check and make sure what time they're coming in. If time allows, I will be covering the weigh-ins. If not, then I won't. Maybe I'll do like a Thursday stream or something. But, excuse me, stay tuned for that. Once again, thanks. Appreciate the support. Make sure you smash the like button before you get out of here. But yeah, shout out to everyone that came through. Shout out to my dude Bro Picks as well, man. Make sure y'all check out Bro Picks' channel. That dude's been killing it. Sharp capper. You want to talk about a dog hunter? That's Bro Picks, dude. Shout out to the boys. That's all I got, man. Thanks again. It's been just my 2 cents. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace!